Right. Choose us.
It's the final countdown.
Oh, choo. Choo.
Choose to end this year.
Oh, we're ending this year. We are the arbiters of the end of the year.
That's right.
This week, Saturday and Sunday don't count.
Your baby New
Just
Year.
yeah, your baby New Year if you're
And
born
I'm Old
right.
Man Winter.
Oh man, are they related, Baby New Year and Old Man Winter?
Yeah. Actually, I guess I'm Father Time.
Oh yeah,
That's the
yeah.
opposite.
Old
Of
Man
Baby
Winter
New
is your
Year.
father.
Yeah, he's our yeah. Yeah, I think we're all related.
I would love a superhero called Baby New Year.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know
Wow.
what Baby New Year can do,
McKinley
but
got a PSVR 2 for Christmas.
yeah, no, I was very jealous of it. What a gift.
That's awesome. McKinley says you plug it
Yeah,
in and scan the room like Metroid. That's awesome.
so sweet. And then it records all the things you own and lets Sony know.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was saying it's a whole lot less of a pain in the ass to set up than
I
the
know. It's
original
supposed to be just
PSP.
the USB C.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's
rip.
kind of a crazy thing.
I know. It's come a long way.
I've been damn tempted by a a Meta Quest 3 these
Totally.
days.
Me too.
It's $650, which is too much,
Yeah.
but the Quest 2 is only 320 right now, which seems crazy.
Oh, happening
Whoa.
there.
That's not what's supposed to be happening. It looks great.
I don't know. Anyway,
Oh man, that looked
yeah,
awesome.
we're here to talk about the game of the year.
Oh, we need to have a discussion. We have to talk. It's gonna be
I'm
super serious.
I'm sick again. Seems like
You're
since the
sick.
summer when I got some kind of disease that may or may not have been
Yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
I've been like more sick than not sick.
Your immune system's just been ruined. I think I'd say for more than 60% of this year, I've felt like absolute hell,
Yeah.
which is not ideal.
Whew, this might
So I'm
not
gonna.
work. I'm hoping this
Oh
works,
no!
but it's like every time, I have to close it and open it every time, and that's not doing it.
And
It's having
it has a
trouble with
devil
that.
of a time. Yeah, that's
I guess I could
ridiculous.
just minimize it,
Oh,
pause it, minimize it. But wow.
oh yeah.
Okay, try that again. I made some videos. I think I saved them a
It'll
bit
work itself out.
too
We'll
big.
see.
Oh man, and you were getting choppy there.
Oh no!
This just might not even work.
Oh no! What's going on? Um, stupid technology. I just don't understand. Oh,
Yeah,
I've
so
seen
you
the
get
very
to,
beginning of this video a
as
bunch
we
of times now.
talk, you get to hear me sniffle every once in a while.
That's perfect. It's not the big pile of cocaine you've got sitting next to you.
I wish.
Yeah, your Christmas cocaine. I for since Mick was talking about his Christmas, I got a piece of I'm assuming is cursed art for Christmas this year that I've had nightmares every night since it entered my house.
Cool.
It's like yeah, it's like my sister once she moved into her house. Before it was that, it was an unlicensed group home of some kind, and someone when they moved out left behind all these hand drawn pieces of art, and I got one of them, and it's terrifying, and I think it's ruining my life.
That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's a picture of a babe sitting in front of a truck, but it's hand drawn.
Wow.
Yeah,
That,
I'll
that's
I'll take
crazy.
a
I
picture
wouldn't.
of it later and put it on the Discord.
Perfect. I wouldn't think something like that would cause a curse. Like I'm just a babe.
I I think it was because it was left behind in a group home. I think whoever drew it was a really tormented soul, probably.
Huh. That's all it
That's my
takes?
only thing. That's all it takes. If you're a crazed enough picture drawer, you can make cursed art.
Cool.
Yeah,
It's goals right there.
you become good enough to make cursed art. Yeah,
Yeah. Going
I don't even know
crazy
if they
enough.
intend to make it cursed, but
You can just might have put the
yeah,
stream max quality a bit lower. I'm not sure that it's actually about internet usage. It's more about my computer usage.
oh yeah, it's just at 120%
Let's
somehow,
use
and
like RAM memory usage.
right,
I just saved these videos too big. Like they're yeah, too high
too
quality.
high quality.
Even though
That's
they're
the
shitty quality.
problem. I've never understood video encoding where you like see these things and they're like, oh, it's just like 46 gigabytes.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. I've never
I don't,
gotten it.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
No,
I've dealt with it a lot and I still don't understand it.
no. I know that I can watch a movie that's like 2 hours long at pretty good quality for like 900 megabytes. So how come this stuff's so out of control?
Yeah.
I don't
I
get it.
didn't really get anything interesting for Christmas, except that I bought myself Pikmin 4 and
Oh yeah,
tried to get it in there at the last minute. And it's on it. It probably is my number 4. Like
but
I
it's
do love it, but I don't love it enough to say exactly where it ranks.
right. It hasn't made your list at all yet. Then
No, it's still on there.
okay, yeah. It looks real good. People seem to love the crap out of it.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really
it's like a
fun.
big open world, right?
No, it's the same. It's the
It's
same
still
kind of
level.
setup, but you have this
Oh,
like huge crew, and they all have different things for you to do. There's just way more to do. The levels are huge. It
huh.
has every Pikmin type.
Does it have those gross purple ones?
Yeah, it has purple and white and flying and rock from the other games, and then it has ice
What's the
and
flying?
flying was great from Pikmin 3. Those are my favorite of all the new
Huh.
Pikmin.
I get what color is flying Pikmin?
Pink.
Weird. I can't really imagine them at all.
They're great because they actually had a like most of the other uh, new Pikmin would have a really specific use.
Yeah.
Whereas flying, you could like use them to transport stuff over water or over like
Huh.
holes or like if there was like a valley or something, you could
Yeah.
go over the top of it.
Oh, I got a picture here of the whole Pikmin family.
Oh yeah.
The pink Pikmin has some spooky eyes.
And then this one
Wow.
added glow Pikmin and these
Right.
night missions that are pretty fun.
That's cool.
What I'm not crazy about is that they added they kind of seem to be inspired by Pikmin 2, which isn't my favorite Pikmin.
Huh.
They have
How
these
so?
underground sections
Oh, right.
that are a
Yeah, the
bit
cave.
I don't know, I feel like they throw off the flow of everything else.
Right. You like navigating a backyard or whatever.
Totally. I just love the feel of managing everything
Right.
at one time. I got these
Yeah.
guys tearing down this wall, and so I'm gonna go over here and get these guys to transport this thing, and then I'm gonna go over here and fight this guy. Now the wall's done, so I'll go over there and explore that. Yeah, I just love
That's
that.
cool.
I'm just trying to get as much done in a single day as I can, make it as efficient as
This one
possible.
still has time limits for days.
Oh yeah,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
That's key.
It doesn't have a
Great.
time limit. It doesn't have like the 30-day time limit that Pikmin One
Right.
has.
You can't fail at the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But interesting.
It's really good.
That's cool.
A huge game. And the level
It's
I'm on
sort
is
of
a giant house, so it's a bit more like Chibi Robo kind
oh,
of feel.
cool. Yeah, that's a fun thing.
Yeah.
Is it the post apocalypse in Pikmin or are there people around?
That is a weird question. There's nobody around, but it's also not like it's almost like people just disappeared.
Oh, it's the rapture
Yeah,
situation.
exactly. Yeah. Well, that's
Interesting.
it.
But there's no like piles of clothes around either.
No. No, there's no evidence at all of any inhabitants.
Gosh, I want to find out what happened to the world of Pikmin.
Yeah.
It's almost as interesting as what happened to the world of Kirby, but I think Kirby answers that in its story, didn't it? Kirby like
Yeah,
went
it
into
does. It does. I
yeah.
can't remember, but it's really weird.
It was he was some kind of
It
space weapon.
had to do with and like mixing and like creating new forms of creatures or something.
Yeah, so weird.
In Pikmin, yeah, McKinley, you're an explorer from another planet. Yeah. McKinley saw a clip of the Pikmin and had some legitimately horrifying monsters in a maze chasing you. Yeah, yeah, there's some crazy monsters in this one. That's the only I made a video of my top 3, and Pikmin probably is my number 3, but I just didn't have enough time to say for sure.
Right. Yeah.
And Resident Evil is my. I guess I shouldn't be spoiling anything.
Oh, that's the thing. We still
But
need to know 10 through 7 or
like Pikmin 4 wouldn't have made as good of a video as the rest. There's not as much
right.
fun things. The only thing I wish I guess I could still show you is some of the enemies that you come across. Yeah, they're
They're just
really bizarre.
they were always pretty messed up. So
Totally. And
that's great.
they seem even a little more. Yeah, McKinley says the core Kirby lore is wild. Yeah, for sure. Well, let's see if this front page works, and we can start going through our lists.
Oh yeah.
From number
10
10
to
down.
whatever. Number 10.
Look at that.
10 up.
Uh-oh. I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have switched on Final Fantasy on one of the more extreme
high
videos.
intensity ones.
Yeah. Here's some music for you though.
It's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy does look crazy.
Yep. You can't see
It's
it.
one of the, you can't see it. Neither can I, but I can see it in my mind's eye.
There we go.
Oh, perfect. Birth, everyone's favorite.
I hope if I just don't touch anything for a while now. Oh, except I gotta type stuff in.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's impossible to hands off.
Okay, is Pikmin essentially super
God.
advanced lemmings, says McKinley? Sort of. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's StarCraft, but
Yeah, exactly. There's
on
a bit
low
of real-time strategy to it.
yeah.
Yeah, but with lemmings.
It's kind of the original of what it does.
Yeah, it's true. It's a mix of those things,
But
though.
yeah, Lemmings, I guess, is yeah, totally.
So, in this video are a bunch of our.
Have no.
Oh, what? You just cut out a lot there.
Oh no.
What'd you say?
Uh oh. I did. It just said I have no name. Jackie Robinson.
Oh yeah, I know. I love that. I did that. Yeah.
That's such
Oh,
a
but
good
then it
cut.
froze.
Yeah. It froze.
At least the music's not
On
freezing.
baseball's greatest pioneer. No, that's true. That's the important thing.
But yeah, these are games that are in our top 10. A couple of games that we didn't play that are huge, like Baldur's Gate 3 I threw in there.
For sure.
And a couple of games that aren't in our top 10, like this, Hitman, that are just games we played a lot this year.
I mean, that game is number one with a bullet. But yeah. It's only not my number one because that's not in the spirit of the rules.
Because it looks like all the tags are gone. I don't even know
I don't know
what that
what
means,
tags
really.
are. Yeah.
This is just bugging me, this video, but oh well.
Every once in a while it looks really good.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, at least the music's not freezing. The music's from Bomb Rush. This is all Bomb Rush Cyberpunk soundtrack. And that was definitely the soundtrack of the year for me.
Interesting. I know. Yeah, for you. I'd have to hear it. There's a couple good ones. Oh.
They just nailed that aspect.
Oh yeah, that one.
And that's my number 10.
Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is your number 10?
No, the one that just played there was Starfield.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I did not play Starfield. It did not make my list.
It's a tough one to grade, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it, but I zipped through it and did not.
I think that's the only way it was enjoyable.
The giant dino is from Starfield, McKinley. There, that showed there for a second. I wonder if I just do this. It'll look shittier, but it'll play better probably.
Interesting. Gosh. Every time I see footage of RoboCop, it looks so good.
For sure.
This looks so true to its source material. Did you get any Dave the Diver in on that one day?
No.
No? Okay. It was alright. It made my top 20.
It really did not look like my kind of game.
Yeah, totally. Just had such fierce praise for such a long time at first. People were way into Dave.
Just trying to edit this a bit on here, so maybe it'll work a little better. Doesn't seem like it's gonna help.
On the fly.
Doesn't seem like it's gonna help. But yeah, Starfield. Yeah, it's super weird for me to grade because I skipped so much of it.
Oh yeah. But you didn't skip the main stuff.
It's true, but I skipped what most people seem to think are the bad stuff.
Yeah, that's true. So it might not have made your list at all if you had done all that stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. That's the weird thing. It's like I've been thinking about it. It's almost like watching a movie. Like I don't know. It doesn't quite like it's not quite one-to-one with this, but it's almost like watching a movie. And just every time I get bored, I skip a bit, and then I see like all the best parts of the movie, and I'm like, that was a good movie. And then you're like, you watch the whole movie, and you're like, no, it wasn't. You just skipped all the bad parts.
That you just explained how I enjoy wrestling as well, actually.
How you enjoy wrestling?
Because I only watch the good bit. That's how I watch. I skip so much bad stuff in wrestling where I just don't like. This isn't interesting. Skip it. Just fast forward through it. It's a good way to enjoy things, I feel like.
But that's the thing. Have you really can you really grade it then as like?
I think, yeah.
You didn't even see it.
You've experienced, especially in Starfield, don't they intro everything to you as you're going?
Well, there's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of things I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But those things are a lot of doing the same side quests again and again, aren't they?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's not. Yeah, it's a weird one to grade for that reason.
It's a perfect number 10.
But that's the thing. I had a great time. I still had a great time in the end.
Year, it might be higher.
No, I don't think I'll go back to it.
Oh, no, it's even if there was DLC.
Yeah, because I think it's fine to skip stuff in games as long as it's optional stuff. That's why it's optional. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing where like it's like I saw bad stuff go by and I was like, oh, that looks terrible.
Yeah.
But
totally.
it's like I don't know, it's a weird thing to grade for that reason. It's not like a movie in that way.
Right.
Like it's not like an essential part of the experience, I guess, necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's like if someone was playing Alan Wake and they skipped every cutscene, it would be the same way.
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly. Right. And then I loved it though. You'd be like, okay, I guess you enjoyed it, but You know.
Yeah, it's.
And then
you
what
like it
if?
for the
And
wrong
then
reason.
what if Alan Wake? What if every cutscene in Alan Wake was terrible?
It's true, but then you didn't have to absorb. Like, it's curating your own personal experience rather than.
Yeah,
product,
exactly.
I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I guess
Yeah.
that's the caveat I'm giving Starfield. Is like I had a very streamlined, specific experience that I enjoyed. But if I had tried to like play the game, like try to enjoy all the aspects of the game, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much.
It would have been a failure.
Yeah.
You'd end up with a game that's sort of like my number 10, which is Wanted Dead.
Right.
Where they're going to put a million things into this game and they think it's all good and it's all bad.
Yeah, and the more you play, the worse it gets. Uh-oh. Oh no, everything is frozen.
And they're so passionate.
We lost you for a second there. Oh no, everything's falling apart.
They lost because of talking Wanted Dead. It's all on fire. Oh my god.
Terrible.
Oh.
Well,
yeah, it's fully frozen there.
I don't know if we can have this playing.
And it does seem to be chunky. Yeah, I wonder if it's the video.
It absolutely is.
Right.
That's okay.
Huh. Yeah.
We saw it. I think we saw the whole thing. Maybe.
About it another
maybe
time.
We didn't. But I'll just play the full Bomb Rush soundtrack in the background.
Oh yeah. It's not licensed music. It's all good to go.
It's all like small.
Right. Was it music made for the game or music chosen for the game?
Most of it was chosen. Oops, sorry, that was really loud. Oh no. Really loud.
That's the point.
Still too
loud. That's how people like their Bomb Rush.
Anyway.
Does the soundtrack have a single song as good as Birthday Cake?
Probably not.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I love that for just weird reasons, though.
Oh yeah.
There's some that are pretty close. I love. Okay. Back to this.
That's what happens in that cyber funky world.
Number 10.
Oh yeah. My number 10 was Wanted Dead.
Wanted Dead did not make my top 10 list.
I think it only made my top 10 because I ended up switching to easy mode to just enjoy what was going on.
Right.
Like, where I could just sort of sprint through it and get from cutscene to cutscene where these people talk in ways that no human has ever talked before.
No.
Like,
it's
they have
wild.
a made-up accent, and they talk about things that don't matter,
and just in ways that, like...
It's barely a story.
It's like they're not... It's like nobody was in the same room.
For sure.
And, and they're just talking so quietly and not in any, any way that you would talk. And the sound is so weirdly mixed the whole way through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The combat is so loud, and then these people talk in this whisper quiet voice.
Yeah. And the sound effects, and everything's so loud.
But the music is fucking fantastic, and it has these crazy cooking videos. It's just got this ridiculous amount of, made by an auteur heart, even though that guy shouldn't make any more games. Probably.
Yeah, it's wild. But yeah, it's so there's even a little bit of there's some good ideas in there. I didn't hate the battle system.
No, it's fun. It never changes, but it's definitely
and you never get it never evolves. You never get any more combos or anything really. You get one more.
Right, but that doesn't. Yeah, that barely impacts.
But the problem is the checkpoints. Honestly, if it just had reasonable checkpoints, it might have beat Starfield for me.
It's dumb in a very funny way. Like as you're going through, it's just like what's going on.
Totally.
And the story, yeah, I
It's
don't
like
even know what the
so
story
beyond
is.
bad. It's
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
and I don't think it's trying to be bad. Is the thing that
No,
they a
it's
lot of
trying to
these
be
things you can tell
cool.
that it's yeah, it's trying to be a Kojima game.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Or
And
mixed with a platinum game. Yeah.
yeah, well, the game director and the voice director and the main person is that Stephanie Houston, who is Quiet from Metal Gear Solid.
Right. She directed the game?
She's the game director.
That's so weird.
Yeah, it's insane. And I can kind of see it where, like, she's in every part of that game.
Yeah.
Like, all the music is her singing, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like The Room in a lot of ways, where, like, anytime a movie is written, directed, and starring,
Yeah.
it's very bad.
Yeah, there's a decent chance that it's going to be weird and terrible.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody to rein anybody in. There's nobody to...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when it's Kojima doing it, it ends up good because he's really good at what he does. But when it's anybody else, it's just whatever the hell that was.
McKinley says, how would Grimpen have rated Wanted Dead if he didn't find the easy difficulty?
I would never have finished it, so it wouldn't have made my list.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have even made it. I made it past the first boss, and it got too hard for me after that.
I beat it on normal, and it is a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare.
So yeah, it wouldn't have made my top 20 even.
Like by the end, you just you have to parry everything.
I hate parrying.
Yeah, it's awful.
Totally.
There's just so many of those white ninjas that come after you in the end.
They're so brutal. Yeah, you can't just shoot them. Yeah. I hate it. What a hilarious game. I love it and I hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's arguable that I skipped half the point of it by playing on
Yeah,
PC.
that's true. They're similar in that way.
Yeah. I just didn't even bother with it. Like the arduous part of the game at a certain point. Although prior to that, I spent so much time practicing that game in between playing. I just was so bad at it.
Oh man, it's a bad game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like there were so many times where there were straight up parts where things just wouldn't connect and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true.
Times where I couldn't pick up heals.
Yeah. Oh, I hated that.
Like,
and I'd leave a heal behind because I know I had max, and then I'd use mine, and that heal would just disappear for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Or I couldn't, or straight up just couldn't pick it up. Like there would just be glitches like that.
Yeah.
They would just screw you over.
It's a mean game.
And just bad.
Yeah, but what other game came out this year that teaches you how to make lasagna or like lime pastries?
Oh man, it's top level weird, really.
It is top level weird. In 20 years, it is a forgotten curiosity. Like
Easily, it already is. Yeah, pretty much.
Totally, no one played it.
Yeah, I did see it on a worst of the year list.
Oh yeah, there's got to be worse games. Although this one's bad in some.
There's the handful that we've talked about before that seem to be the most hated of the year.
This is the best bad game of the
year. I hate pairing. I hate Sifu. It's if you're not on easy, you have to get good at perfect timing. Perfect.
That sounds brilliant. I think I'm only gonna like Sifu when we do it in a race format.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a lot of fun. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know when we should talk about this, but speaking of Sifu, there's our 2020 games we played for 2021. But that's probably better to talk about later.
2022.
That's what I mean from last year.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I mean, we can't. Mine is different, but also a lot of the same games are in it. It's just reorg.
One thing we did quickly touch on there when we were looking at Hitman stuff is those extra games. There's Hitman, but there's also Metroid Prime Remastered. I put a lot of time into that this year.
Yeah.
It was really good. And Dead Cells Castlevania.
Oh yeah,
DLC.
you had the entire Dead Cells experience this year.
Yeah, I did. I didn't even get to the Castlevania stuff.
Right, that's crazy.
I mean, I did, but because it's mixed in, but I didn't get to like even close to beating it.
Yeah, it was some good DLC, that's for sure. It had some great music and some okay boss fights. But yeah, I also did all the Dead Cells stuff before that, so by the time I charged through the Castlevania stuff, I was pretty burnt out again.
Right. Yeah.
But Dead Cells is a fun playing thing.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It's cool how they keep adding crazy stuff to it.
Sure. Yeah. I feel like there was something else getting added, but I think I'm getting it mixed up. Oh, there's the weird Dredge mixed with something else game. Can't remember what Dredge is mixing.
Dave the Diver, isn't it?
Right, Dave the Diver and Dredge, right.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I like it. Keep doing weird crossover indie stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of indie stuff, my number 9 is 30XX.
Oh, that's
That was really fun.
Have you beaten it again since your one glorious?
No, I had too many other things to play.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
The only reason it'd actually be higher because it was one of the more like compelling, like one of the games that I came back to the most, like the fastest.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, oh, I gotta try it again, and I gotta try it. I just kept wanting to play it more.
Yeah.
But it seemed really similar to 20XX. I couldn't even tell you. I don't remember 20XX well enough, I guess, to tell you even what was that different. Maybe it is really different. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of like, oh, I know this experience. And it's really good, but it's not like novel.
You were already skilled at it by the time you started. Like,
yeah.
All the systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a good amount. I got probably like 15 hours out of it still.
That's great.
And it would have taken me longer if I didn't get really lucky in the end and get a crazy run.
Yeah.
It was just broken.
I love a roguelike that you can just churn through like a few runs in a row.
Yeah, it's not hard.
I need to jump in.
Yeah, it's not that hard of a roguelike. It's really good. It controls really, really well.
Yeah.
And the way the platforming gets more complicated as you go, like you'll play one, like the first level, and the platforming will be relatively easy. But you might on the next run play that level as the last level, and the same level will have way more complicated platforming.
That's cool.
And each level has its own, unique, at least one unique mechanic to it. Some of which are really hard, like flip, like if you walk on the ceiling.
Is it broken down the same way as Mega Man, where like the levels are the same theme as the boss or whatever?
Yeah.
Like you got Airman, and there's like that's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty. Like there's a clock final boss. That level's pretty cool.
Sweet.
They all have their own like sub bosses as well.
Yeah, that's great. Maybe I'd get to it someday. It seems to be pretty huge too, from what I've read.
Yeah, there is a ton of stuff in there.
Forever.
Yeah, I didn't even really come close.
Crazy.
Yeah, you probably would like it.
I just have to get over the Mega Man-ness.
Yeah, that's the thing. But it's like, I don't know. It's one of those games where it like transcends that. It doesn't actually feel that much like a Mega Man game, really.
Right.
Like you're constantly like the wall jump's amazing where you can just go straight up walls.
Yeah,
you're constantly doing that. It doesn't feel like Mega Man. You're also constantly doing like a dash jump.
That's fun.
Doesn't feel like Mega Man. Like it. Also, it has got a really interesting charge up system. You can switch it back to a normal charge up system, but the way it works is you don't press anything.
Right.
And that charges up your shot, and then you let go.
That's cool.
And then you shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're always charging whether or not you.
Yeah, unless you're like just hammering it, which is actually better if you can do it because there's like a multiplier for every shot you hit.
Oh, like if you can time like perfect charges?
Or we'll just hit them with a million small shots.
Oh,
but they usually aren't standing in the same place long enough for you to get a lot of small shots in. But if they are, then you can just rack up damage.
Sweet.
But then you'll get things, like the charge shots will have certain effects, or like double charge or charge faster. So then those might become better.
That's cool.
Really
it looks really nice. I'm just trying to look at it compared to 20XX, and it does look pretty similar.
Yeah, it instantly felt familiar.
Right. That's cool. Are there like big animated cutscenes in it, or are these
just at the beginning? I think it's trailer. Just like intro. Okay. I think.
That's cool. Yeah, it looks like a fun time. Maybe someday.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Give it a stab. My number 9 is one we'll probably discuss more further down the list because it's going to be higher on yours. Mario Wonder.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I might as well fill it in on mine right now. We can talk about it.
Okay, sure. We can just talk about it at this point. Sure, that works. Wonderful. It was wonderful. I'm sure it's lower on my list than it would be if I didn't get so horribly sick the first time playing it, and that's like the predominant memory I have of playing the beginning of that game now. But like, it's been a lot of fun to just keep going back to it and plunking away and knocking out levels to get to 100% on my version.
Well,
I haven't gotten to any of the crazy levels yet.
And just wait. So I recently came close to 100%ing it.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. So there are spots here.
Woohoo!
But I'm so mad about it. Like I still don't know exactly where to rank it. At this point, though, I had it differently a second ago, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, you had it up for a second there.
And on 4, but I'm moving it to 5.
Whoa.
Because it made me
That's
so mad. It was still so good. But this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite songs. Anyway. The final level is insanely hard. And the checkpoints are brutal. And the final part of it is ridiculously hard.
Interesting.
And I did it.
That's only one level. Yeah.
But to get 100%, of course, you need all the 10 coins, which I got.
Right.
You need all the Wonder Seeds, which I got. You also need to land on the fucking top of the flag.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if I want to do it again. God. It's so brutal.
It's that hard of a level.
It's the last part is just so hard and not fun.
Crazy. That's interesting.
It's a badge challenge. You have to go through like almost all the badges.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Final one is invisibility.
Oh, what? So it's just a platforming level section you have to do where you can't see yourself?
Yeah, and hard. Not easy platforming.
How invisible are you with invisibility?
Completely invisible.
Oh, it's not like you can see a shimmer where Mario is? Or...
They throw in some clouds here and there so that you see when you pass through them, but they don't really help at all. Honestly, the way I finally did it was like, I started getting in this rhythm where like, I would like go, bleary-eyed almost, and just like
Yeah.
feel where I was, like just imagine where I was as Mario, and that was the only way.
Crazy.
It's like
That
it's
seems.
not easy. It would be fairly difficult platforming if you could see yourself.
I wonder if we could do it 2-player.
I
Would
was
that be
thinking about
easier
that.
or harder?
I
Or
am
yeah.
curious to try, but the problem is it would still just be me doing it
Right.
90% by myself. Although, I guess, you know what? I
Huh.
could probably do 90% of it not that hard by myself. And then the invisibility part, we probably could, except there's one part that's so fucking hard.
I can't. Yeah.
Maybe,
That
though, it
sounds
might help.
baffling.
The invisibility part might help.
Why is that even a badge? Why would you ever want to be invisible?
I don't know.
Huh.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, I was just so devastated. I missed it.
Someday.
Like, because I was also like, man, this is so hard. They better have a flag that's easy to get, and it's not hard, but because you can't see yourself.
Yeah, you can easily fuck up the jump.
Yeah.
That's so brutal.
Yeah.
Hilarious. It's kind of a perfect day. Although, compared to like Odyssey, where the last level in Odyssey is so goddamn fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, totally. And this level is really fun. But the level before it, like the level, there's a level called like the final level.
right.
That's the last level of the special world.
Yeah.
That level is kind of like the Odyssey level. That's insanely
Interesting.
fun and full of stuff. Then it's called like the
Right.
final challenge or something like that for the badge
Terrible.
challenge. I know. I didn't even know there was going to be a final badge challenge thing. I was like, oh, I'm getting
Yeah.
100%. Here we go. And then it was like, no, there's one more challenge, and it's insanely hard.
That's crazy. I would love to see it. Yeah.
I did some video of it if you want to see it.
Sure. Yeah. If it plays without.
Yeah,
it,
if it plays.
We'll see. Does it have any of the invisibility section in it?
Yeah, it has the end of it.
Oh, perfect. Just gotta believe hard enough, and then it'll go without a hink.
Well, it shouldn't be as nearly as giant as that other video was.
Right. It's a much more manageable file.
Whoa, what's happening?
Oh yeah, this is the final level here.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was already some of the badges are so counter to how you're supposed to play Mario.
Oh, completely.
Too.
Like each one of these took
Yeah.
me so long to learn. Like you'll see, like I'm not
Yeah.
even at that point where I've mastered this one yet.
Sure. Hey, you've only got 33 lives at this point, too.
Yeah, and I started with
That
80
sounds-
some.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
How far into the level are you here?
There's only 3 checkpoints, so this is like the last third.
Oh wow. And what a oh my god.
This is one of the few parts of the level that doesn't totally kill you if you screw it up.
That's great. And then it just swaps the badges.
Yeah, so now
each
it's
time you go in a pipe, it's a different
now
badge.
it's this badge. I've already looks like I've done this a couple times, but just I'll skip to a later part of the video and you'll see me just zip through these like nothing.
Yeah. And like these are as hard as the hardest badge challenges that are just individual as well.
I fucked that part up.
Oh damn.
So try and jump.
Oh wow, this is 35 minutes. Wow, this is not a short video.
No, and this is the last third, so probably
Yeah.
So there you go. I did it perfectly that time.
That's pretty good.
I probably have this part relatively well down at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I got it pretty good. Yeah. I have this part down.
You know the tricks at this point?
Yeah.
Meaning you fucked it up a few times already.
So many times.
Can you basically wall climb with that thing?
Yeah, totally. You do it right
That's
here.
pretty great. Okay, yeah. Don't give up. I loved in mine. I have. They don't have voice. They don't have speech boxes that come up.
Oh fuck!
Oh
I
my
was hoping you'd
god,
be
that
able to see
sucks.
the part after this. Oh.
That's so painful. Mine don't have the voice boxes that pop up for the flowers, but they just say what they're saying in German to me in speech.
Oh, weird.
So I have all these flowers just yelling German phrases at me, and I don't
That's
understand.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. This one looks pretty easy as far as I've seen.
This is one of the easiest ones. Yeah, totally.
Compared to that hook shot one looked like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that one's one of the worst too because you have to wait for a lot of it. This one you can just zip right through.
Yeah. All Mario's at its best when you can just fly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this one I just had it. Yeah, like that.
Fucking invisibility. I can't even believe that's a badge. You were right at the end of it when you died last time.
Now here's invisible.
Oh, what?
And so I got it pretty down already at this point.
You already collected all the coins.
It took me a lot of time to get to this point that I got. Like, I just ran through that. That took me a long time. But this part...
Right.
Oh, wow. That's one of the rare times I actually landed on that. Twice.
Oh, you're only supposed to land on each guy once during that?
No, but you're supposed to land on it twice. Most of the time I just didn't. Most of the time I didn't make even that first jump. Like if I hit it once, I would bounce off some side and wouldn't. Yeah.
Interesting. Oh man, I can understand the point of a lot of the badges I've seen in that game. I don't get invisibility.
Yeah.
Wow.
There it is.
Oh man. So
yeah, this is the
literally the only thing you're missing in this game is getting to the top of the flagpole.
Yep, on this level. I'm like moving around so I can see exactly where I am.
Yeah. Oh man, even knowing you make it this time, it's pretty tense.
Like, yeah, just ridiculous.
That's the very end there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's very hard. And it's it's all it's all learnable, except that invisibility part doesn't even feel learnable. It feels like
interesting.
I mean, I obviously
you just have to get such a good feel.
Did to a point, yeah, exactly. But that last part feels like it's just a feel, and you're not gonna do it 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's cool. That's like it will be when you you're gonna do it at some point. You just know it.
Yeah, probably.
And it'll feel so good when you finally make it happen.
Like the thing is, if I can do it on 2-player, then we have 2 chances of getting that flag. Problem is, we will lose all our lives.
Oh yeah, you have to go in with 99. Yeah, and I'm gonna be bleeding lives probably pretty bad.
Yeah.
Although maybe not. Maybe we'll be surprisingly great at it.
The other problem is it's like you have to move so fast that if one we'll have to be perfectly in sync the whole time.
Totally.
Otherwise, it won't matter how good if we are able to do it.
I'll have to have a proper controller when we play it for sure.
Yeah.
There's no point in even trying it with a Joy-Con.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. Totally nuts.
Good game though.
Very good game.
Yeah.
That's why it's my number 5.
It had impossibly high expectations, basically.
Yeah, and I did kind of feel like I'm not 2D Mario isn't my favorite for sure.
Mario World is so good.
Totally. But I feel like I don't need any more than that.
Right. Yeah. I kind of feel that way about Odyssey even at this point too.
Yeah, maybe.
They
I don't
might
know. I could
they
use more
perfect
Odyssey. Like I want more Odyssey.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I need any more Mario. Really, 2D Mario.
Interesting.
I will
Yeah.
play more, and it'll be good.
Oh yeah, they'll keep making it, and it'll. It's just yeah, they've kind of done every like course configuration you could imagine at this point.
Yeah, and just I don't know. I just doesn't do it
What
for
could they
me
do to make it exciting? Yeah,
as much.
maybe
Obviously,
they'll
I
find a way to make
still
Mario exciting again.
really enjoyed it because it's my number 5.
Oh yeah, yeah, certainly not a bad game.
Yeah. What's your number?
I wonder if I should go next. Yeah, because
8?
you put your other. Yeah, my number 8 is Blasphemous 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was. I think it's the only Metroidvania this year
Whoops.
that's on my list.
I call it blasphemous.
That's what it's actually. Blasphemous. That's the one that's entirely narrated by Sean Connery.
Blasphemous.
When it's better for us.
What did you say about it?
Oh, entirely narrated
Metroidvania.
by Sean Connery. It's
No,
the
yeah.
only Metroidvania this year. Yeah, that I can think of.
Well, there was Cookie Cutter. I didn't play.
Cookie Cutter, yeah. But that is more of a combat game, from what I've heard now.
You know what I heard is that the new Prince of Persia game is supposed to be a Metroidvania.
Oh, yeah. That comes out in, like, a couple weeks.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of games in the first couple months of this year, but
Yeah.
I only care about maybe a couple of them.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah. I'll get Yakuza, probably.
Oh, yeah, and I'll get Final Fantasy.
Right. When is that? February?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think that's really it as far as ones I'm for sure buying this year.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the list recently.
Operate. There's
Suicide Squad's a maybe.
Oh, that's the other one. That's a maybe. Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Oh, Bulletstorm VR comes out in January. That's
Oh.
one that I think Mick will really like. in
That
VR
sounds
when he
amazing.
plays
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that seems like it'd be cool as hell.
There's a ton of stuff like that I'm not interested in, but like you got that Prince of Persia game we were talking about, Tekken 8. Like you said, like
That Tekken 8 is one of the. It's an Unreal 5 game, and it's like the third Unreal 5 Engine 5 game, and it looks insane.
Like you said,
Yeah,
like a dragon.
It's a fighting game.
There's Persona 3
Yeah.
Reload, Suicide Squad, Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake, which is weird. Skull and Bones is finally coming out,
It's weird.
and Final Fantasy
I'll believe it
7
when I see it.
Rebirth. And then I know March is Dragon's Dogma 2, Homeworld 3, Princess Peach Showtime.
Huh.
Like it's just
None of those. I don't think I'll get.
exactly,
Yeah.
but that's a lot of games. That is a lot of games.
Totally.
A lot of pretty big games.
Then, like, even going through the whole year, I don't see anything that's like this year's Elden Ring or like Zelda that's like gonna be the favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
I have no idea.
Anyway, I
what
guess
that's
we
gonna be this year.
Guess we should have saved that for later.
Nonsense.
It just made me think of it with Last of Us 2 being a Metroidvania. But yeah,
we're freeform like jazz.
it looked yeah, it looked great.
I loved it the way it played, and like it was just satisfying enough to like go from end to end of the map, because they had the Last of Us games have like weird quests that you have to go and run that are usually too arcane, but this one, I don't know, they were fun and worth doing. Like you got really good perks for doing them and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, it was just a solid ass Metroidvania. It had good bosses.
Yeah, the animation was gorgeous.
Had crazy, yeah. The same as in the first game. Yeah, it's just a lot of gross shit.
Yeah.
It's full of really gross stuff. There's a guy who's he killed his wife and chopped off her breast so that he could breastfeed his children.
Oh.
So he's just standing there with one boob sewn to his chest with a baby sucking on it all the time.
Wow, that can't work.
And it seems to be working fine for him.
Huh.
He nurses like 5 babies with it.
Huh. And they don't die?
They don't die. He, in fact, moves on. So I think that might count as dying. But those babies are successful babies he made.
Huh. They must become some
There's
kind of demon babies, yeah. So
there might be. There's also a guy who's gradually turning into honey, and every time you go and visit him, he becomes more and more this disgusting oozy man.
that's awesome.
It's just really
Almost
good
like he's
pixel art.
melting, but he's honey.
He pretty much, yeah, but he's honey. The girl who upgrades your health item, every time you go to her, there's tiny angels that are peeling all her skin off.
Oh wow.
Like it's just full of gross shit. That's a lot of fun to look at. It's definitely the grossest game of the year.
Cookie Cutter looks pretty gross too, actually.
Cookie Cutter does look pretty gross, but Cookie Cutter looks like it's trying to be too edgy with its grossness.
Yeah.
Like you have just a giant robot talking vagina that's your friend in that game.
Right.
It's weird. I guess that would be the other Metroidvania I'll get to at some point.
Yeah.
I guess you also played Metroid Prime, which was
that counts. Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. So yeah, I think last year I had more Metroidvania content on my list.
You had what? Sorry?
It had like Deedlit. There was more Metroidvania stuff last year. But nothing made my top 10. I think I just overstate how many Metroidvania games are out there. Crazy.
I wonder if I just make this really small.
Oh yeah, extra tiny. Watch people dredging things up. Then we get the soundtrack of Bomb Rush. It's a beautiful combination.
This was the new Hideki Naganuma song.
Oh, understand the concept of love.
Like, how cool is that they got Hideki Naganuma? I bet you the Jet Set the remake probably won't even get Hideki Naganuma.
They have to, otherwise it's stupid. Yeah, that's such a confusing remake.
Oh, it's still freezing. Even tiny. Oh, it's better though. It's way better.
Oh yeah, it didn't freeze during the World of Horror.
Yeah, exactly. Usually it does. Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, that one sniveling guy in Wanted Dead is so dumb looking.
Yeah,
the bad guy.
The boss, the blonde guy.
I don't even know it. Yeah. So stupid.
Yeah. Everything was dumb.
I don't remember his name.
Just everything.
I don't remember anything about the story that happens in that game.
No, I couldn't follow it at all.
No, and I think that's partially that. Like the story they had said was it's a week in the life of this squad, so it's just unrelated cases. I guess I don't know.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, maybe it's actually the best game that came out this year. I don't know.
It's something. It's definitely something. Yeah. Like this game, Like a Dragon, ended up falling off my list.
Oh yeah.
But it was a good one.
You beat it for nothing.
Still a pretty good one.
Yeah, I played Lost Judgment while you were playing it, and I really enjoyed Lost Judgment. But I think it's the exact same thing. Like those games will burn you out hard with how much talking and how much bullshit there is around everything. There you go. That looks good in the middle.
Yeah, it's frozen now.
It's still frozen. Oh, but it's back.
Because I started typing in my number 8, which is Hi-Fi Rush.
Oh yeah.
That was awesome.
That's a big old surprise.
Yeah. That was amazing. Yeah, they just got to do that more often. Announce a game and release it on the same day. That's just the coolest thing.
I wonder if Hi-Fi Rush did badly from a sales standpoint as a result of that.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, it's a good question.
Yeah. I get it probably doesn't even really matter to Microsoft.
Or did it get more? like press because of
Yeah,
that.
more people who are just gonna jump in and be like, "Oh, this is brand new," and everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, it made press because of that. Because of, so suddenly.
It's such a niche game, anyways. That. But yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was really cool. I would have almost expected it to land higher on my list.
Totally. I'm surprised it's not.
Um,
It's the musicality is what scared me away from it.
And it's not necessary though. It's like
Oh, huh.
I guess some parts it is.
Yeah.
But like the regular battles, it just gives you like more damage.
Right. But that's the thing. Well, that means I probably would die to bosses unless I was able to do it in rhythm, I would expect.
But yeah, there were parts. There's like certain parts of bosses and stuff you'd have to do in rhythm.
Huh.
But it's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it'd be manageable or not
Huh. Yeah.
for someone with no rhythm.
Yeah. I don't have absolutely zero, but I have next to zero rhythm.
Yeah.
If it like has wide enough windows that just trying is good enough.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. I constantly got A's. Almost every battle, it seemed like I would get an A, but I could never get an S. It would be like I would a couple times, but it would be like I'd do terrible in like rhythm, but do great in score and the other thing. And I can't remember what the third thing was. Time, I think. Or I would do great in rhythm and score, but terrible in time. It was just this weird thing where I could never get all three as a high
you just
score.
have to really focus on rhythm if you want to do good at rhythm.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it just seemed like some playthroughs, like some days, I would do amazing on the rhythm parts, and sometimes I would do terrible.
Yeah.
It's a cool game though. Amazing style. It gets a
had,
bit like
good music in it, didn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was it had licensed music.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mostly just for the bosses, I think.
Right. That just seems like really unexpected in a game like that.
Yeah.
Anything I'd recognize.
Yeah,
totally.
it was well done. But it just got a bit, I don't know, repetitive a little bit. It threw too many of the same enemies at you.
Oh,
yeah. The pacing wasn't great. There would be like some levels that felt pretty quick and breezy, and some that felt like it would just go on and on.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just scraping by the end.
Like there's 5, guys that you have to take out, and you'd think they'd be like evenly spaced. But it's like some sections go on long and some go fast.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's I wish it was just a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
Like it's one
for a game that came out of nowhere, it's like as good as they come.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of a weird list for me this year where like the top 2 for me are like high and above everything else, and then almost everything else is interchangeable.
Right.
Like it could could almost be my number 3, Hi-Fi Rush. Like
interesting. Yeah.
But I don't. It's like none of them.
Nothing
else like blew me away this year. But I really liked a lot of stuff. And Hi-Fi Rush was one of those.
It looks like a really good 8.5 game.
Damn it!
It resizes itself every time it restarts.
I guess so.
It's terrible. What an annoying feature.
Yeah, that's Hi-Fi Rush right there.
That's right there. It's so colorful.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a cartoon.
The style is so good.
Some of those cutscenes are, Crazy. Ooh.
There we go. That's good.
Sweet. I guess I will give my next game on my game of the year list. At number, I don't even know. My numbers are all wrong on my list. I think that's number 9, 8, 7. I don't know.
Yeah, you're on 7.
My number 7. My number 7 is El Paso Anywhere.
Whoops.
It's crazy. It's just a late charge
Yeah, it looked really cool.
that I hadn't even heard of 3 days ago. Or El Paso Elsewhere. Yeah, I hadn't even heard of it. Then I saw it in a couple lists towards the end, but not even like game of the year lists, just like games you probably missed lists.
Right.
And it's like a crazy stylized Max Payne. Basically.
Yeah, I know. I love the
rip-off of Max Payne.
Yeah, the gunplay looks really fun.
Totally. Like, yeah, you push L and you dive in a direction and time slows and you can shoot the shit out of. It's just vampires and werewolves you're fighting through this game.
Right.
Because you're on a really angsty trip to El Paso to stop your ex-girlfriend Dracula.
Your ex-girlfriend is Dracula or was Dracula?
Your ex-girlfriend. It calls her Draculae. I don't know if that's the same thing as Dracula.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and he narrates his way through a lot of the levels, like just muttering like Max Payne did, just really hard-boiled sounding nothings. Same as Alex Casey in Alan Wake, really. And then it's also the soundtrack. The singer on the soundtrack is the voice of the main character. So he's like singing his way through these crazy shootout levels with this. Like, there's one song that's just break shit, kill people, break shit, kill people. It's so incredibly catchy and fun to kill people to.
That's awesome. Yeah, it seems like it has a really awesome style.
It's all style, yeah. Like each level, or not each level, but every couple levels you'll go to one where like all the enemies are like crazy blown out, like they're just made of pure light, or you'll go to one where you're just in like this floating void that's filled with toilets, and it's really, really weird throughout. And it's got like the story. It feels like nothing's going on, but there's something in there that's also worth digging into, I think. Like, I care about what's happening, even though I couldn't tell you what's happening.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and the gunplay's good. I've only gotten like
it's
up
really
to a point
fun
where I
to
have
play.
like 5 guns. So I think I'm only about 70% through, but I'm pretty much like I've played for 4 hours, and I guess it's a 5-hour long game.
Right.
So I'll be finishing it today probably, but it just keeps revealing fun new ways to kill people in cool places with cool sounds.
That's perfect. It's mostly what you need.
Mm-hmm.
That's
for sure. I love a game that is like an accompaniment for an album. Like where you could listen to the soundtrack to this game as just an album, but it fits with each level as you play through it.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often.
My video is really choppy, but my sound seems fine, so I'm just gonna leave it.
Sweet. It looks fine on stream.
More
as far
fun.
As I can tell.
Oh, yeah,
you are. Yeah, you're a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. If I move a lot, it's not even. It can barely keep up with me if I move much at all.
You're just like the Flash.
That's right. Yeah, I'm super fast.
I just choose to think you're moving. Yes, so quickly it's breaking the mind. Crazy.
I wonder how I should do this, because we don't want to talk about this one yet. It's my next one.
Huh.
For sure, we want to save this one. So I'll just skip.
Interesting. I think this is why a lot of places probably do their top 3 first. It's hard to work around.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip to my, what was that? 10, 9, 8, 6.
Sweet.
Is the soundtrack that we're listening to.
Oh yeah.
Cyberpunk. The game was really good, but it gets extra points for the soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, all of the points for Jet Set Radio Future are the soundtrack.
Pretty much. And then there's style points. And the game can be fun in parts.
Right.
But yeah, this game is way more fun.
Memorable games that came out this year.
Yeah, totally. The style is insanely cool.
Yeah.
I listen to that soundtrack a lot.
Is it ever? That's the thing. I haven't heard it during gameplay, so I'd have to hear it like that for it to.
It all fits perfectly. It's so insanely true to the style of Jet Set Radio. Like,
yeah,
it's basically just Jet Set Radio, but better in every way.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's got camera control.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, it's got upside down skating. It's got the ability to get off your board.
Getting off your board sounds ridiculous. Who would ever want to do that?
Oh, super useful. Just to stop and be able to like change direction.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Realign yourself.
I would have played that game mostly on bike if given my choice.
Yeah.
I think bike would be
Certain characters were tied to certain.
So you really had to use all three types?
Yeah, I think it forced you sometimes to play as characters, but most of the time you could choose whichever character you wanted. So you'd have to play as a character that had a bike.
Right. I'm sure the bike ones are all the coolest ones, so it'd be fine.
It was great. Like, I don't know, I can't see the Sega Jet Set Radio topping it. The new one topping it.
I mean, it looks like it's a different thing completely. So, or at least it's got a totally different visual style.
Exactly, and it looks not as cool.
No, that's true. But at least they're not just straight copying this. So maybe it'll be interesting. But I can't.
Yeah, I hope so.
Totally.
I hope it's great.
I'm like topping out at like 5 out of 10 excitement for any of those Sega announcements.
I know, it's hard. They just don't look that great. I hope they're great though.
And the only one I hope is great is Jet Set Radio. The others I don't really care about anyway.
I like Shinobi to be great.
Oh yeah. That's true.
And like, I don't. Ideally, I'd love Streets of Rage to be great.
Sure. But, I mean, I want all games to be great.
But a 3D Streets of Rage is kind of a hard sell in the first place.
What are they doing? I don't know. Just make the people who made Streets of Rage 4 make more.
Oops, there's a nice VLC.
There were no huge beat 'em ups this year, as far as I know.
No, there rarely are these.
Last year we had
days.
We had Ninja Turtles last year.
That's true.
Before if Streets of Rage.
That's true. Before that, yeah.
Yeah. I want one a year. But nothing. What a stupid thing. I wish it would just play backwards once it got to the end.
I know, I need to like catch it.
Oh yeah.
I'm on that jaw.
That's the trick.
And like, so this song is Naganuma, but I'm pretty sure it's from Lethal League.
Oh, great. I forgot that he was involved with Lethal League.
Yeah,
too.
It's the same developer.
People.
Yeah.
Lethal League is a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. There's like nothing to it.
Yeah.
But when you play, it's real good.
Yeah.
I don't think we might have played the sequel, but I don't even. Oh, it felt unnecessary.
Yeah, so many good songs on that soundtrack. Check it out.
It's your number 6, but would it have even made your top 10 if it didn't have the soundtrack?
I mean, probably, but the thing is, there's 2 big games that I missed out on this year that I'm almost 100% sure would make my top 10. So,
Oh yeah,
in that case,
right.
it probably wouldn't. But
That's fair.
like, there's not really anything that's off my list that like. I'm like, oh, I wish, like, yeah, I wish I had more room on my list.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the top 10 is, yeah, it's pretty much the top 10.
Right. Crazy. My next game is my number 6 is Dredge.
Oh, that's kind of fallen down
It's
a couple of bits for
the
you.
most. It did fall down a little bit. It's true. Yeah.
I remember at one
it's
point it
not
was competing for
yeah,
top
it's
3.
still top 3. Now it's it fell off. It's not because it wasn't good. It fell off because there were games that were more interesting.
Right. It surpassed
like,
it, yeah.
Dredge was really just like a strong weekend, where I did every single fucking thing you could do in that game, and it was like reading a good book kind of.
Huh.
Like, it was a very cozy game.
Huh. But it's
Where,
also weirdly like gross and dark. And...
Yeah, but like but the gross dark stuff is just in like the edges and the periphery, because like essentially it's just you talking to people and then you going out and doing a slow-paced fishing game, and that's like the loop. Well, catching disgusting fish and that are supposed to be spooky, and all these people are having horrible times, but it's like they're having a cozy horrible time. Like, it's all in a very beautiful part of the world, and
like
even though these people are getting fucked up by monsters,
slow pace.
It's a relaxing time. It's not like any fishing game I've ever played either.
Yeah, it looks interesting.
Fishing games normally have the standard kind of thing. This one's more like you just go to a fishing spot and you can catch fish in that spot.
Huh.
It's more about like supplies and building your ship up to carry.
Yeah, it looks like there's almost like a bunch of smaller games in it. Almost like a bunch of mini games.
Totally.
And
there's the catching fish minigame and the storing fish minigame.
Yeah, it's like Resident Evil style.
Yeah.
You're trying to fill your space up. There it is, right there. There's Dredge.
Totally. It's full of like, oh man, it's putting me to sleep. It's full of like unknowable horrors.
Right. That seems to be a theme. It's kind of a theme on your list this year.
It's true. Yeah.
Blasphemous
Especially
2.
if you think of it. Yeah. The next game on my list after this one.
Exactly. I just saw it go by in the
sort of my number 1 game
yeah,
totally.
Well.
Yeah. I like to be kept in the dark by what's attacking me, I guess. The DLC was also pretty good, but it was like a really bright daytime setting, which is weird for it, because usually the game was pretty dark. But then this took place in a snowy area that it was hard on my eyes. I didn't like it for that reason, but DLC was more of the same.
Right.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Cool. Yeah. It looked cool, but I don't know if it's my kind of game.
I think my list would feel wrong if I didn't have either a fishing or a golf game on it every year. Or baseball. This year's the only one that's had a baseball one on it, so I like those slow, leisurely sports.
For sure. Nice and cozy, like you said.
Exactly.
Cozy sports.
Yeah. Hopefully there's another good fishing game coming up that I can look forward to for next year. Actually, there is a fishing roguelike coming out, so it's called like King of the Pond. Maybe that'll be real good. Yeah.
I guess we might as well do another one of yours.
Sure.
It's
the next most unknowable horror there is. It's the world of horror.
Oh man.
Yeah. I think it's the spookiest game of the year.
It is. Yeah, it looks pretty freaky.
It's freaky. It's got a lot of like well-written stories. Like there's not a lot of video in it at all.
Yeah.
Like the video you've got in your video here is pretty much all the video in the game.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
what, like just
a lot more things sitting still.
Yeah, totally.
It's
Or just like moving slightly.
It's like a lot of slightly moving animations.
Yeah,
and
just pictures that sway.
A lot of text.
Right.
But it
still manages to be really freaky though.
It fucking was like a worm in my brain when I played it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't stop thinking about it for a week or so there.
Yeah.
Like the stories are gross and fucked up in a way that feels weirdly plausible compared to other game stories.
Right.
Even though unknowable gods aren't taking over our town from a giant lighthouse.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a gnarly time.
It's just it's just that terrifying thing of like inescapable doom.
And the game also really leans into that inescapable doom, where you're never in control 100% of the outcomes of anything. Like you know your character's stats and you know the thing they're trying to accomplish, but it's still a dice roll. You might fail even if you're really strong or really dexterous or whatever. And it never kills you. It just fucks you up in a different way that makes the way you have to continue to attack the mission different.
Oh, crazy.
Like your character, like I'd have one where like my character was gradually developing holes all over their body over the course of the game.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't kill you, but it would lower your max HP. But as a result of that, because I'm crazy from the holes, I'm better at magic. Like there's a lot of drawbacks, but with the drawbacks come perks. Like, it's a cool game where it's designed so you get to the very end every time pretty much, and then you either get absolutely fucked or you have victory kind of.
Oh, weird. What determines?
It's a cool feeling. It just the mini games that you are, or not mini games, the scenarios you're sorted into kind of.
Oh, right.
Like if you can still, it's still a roguelike where you can get screwed by a bad dice roll 4 times in a row and
right.
say goodbye, but they want you to see it through to the end.
Right.
Like, no matter how many times you fail, you can always get to the end and like watch the world get destroyed each time or whatever.
Oh, I didn't catch it.
Did you catch it? You didn't catch it. Too bad. Resizing madness. You gotta see the beginning Hi-Fi Rush clip reel. That's such a beautiful spot.
Oh, man.
This is a weird song. It sounds like 2 different songs.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
I feel like the video's also been freezing less the more times you've played it.
Yeah, I kind of figured out a little bit how to do it. Doesn't freeze as much if I'm clicked into it.
Right. Yeah, there's a few games in there that fell out of my top 10. I know Doomsday Hunters is in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
But it just couldn't hang with the big boys.
Yeah, and like a Dragon for me, too.
Right. Yeah.
I put it in a couple games that we just played. Didn't even.
Right, totally. Killer Frequency as well is,
right.
That game is weird. That game is...
Yeah.
Unlike anything else that came out this year, for sure.
Yeah. It looks really bizarre.
Also, kind of... Well, I guess it's a pretty knowable horror in that one, but it's a horror you can't do anything about.
Right.
You're helping other people through their situation.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's pretty intense.
Totally. Yeah, the clips from World of Horror are some of the best clips in there.
It's very cool animation, yeah. Shit. Oh no.
They're so... And the whole game also Oh no, it's all broken now.
There we go.
The other, the neat thing in World of Horror is the whole game is played like it's on a early '90s computer.
Right.
Like it's all really weird, small windows. And
Yeah, that's cool.
It fits in with that real nice. Yeah. Crazy.
Well, my number 4 we talked about.
I think your game's up next.
Yeah, we talked about it a bit already. It probably. Oh shit! Whoops. I always mean to pause this before I go into the text.
Oh yeah.
Like it probably is my number 3, but it's just so huge, and I only feel like I've done half of it. I don't even have all the different Pikmin types yet. It's Pikmin 4.
Oh, crazy, yeah.
Still missing 3 different Pikmin types. It feels like it is weirdly kind of ramping up to an ending, but it does not feel like I'm
actually there.
Yeah, like even half. Like it feels like I'm about half done. But yeah, you can clearly see like there's gonna be more levels, and I don't have all the Pikmin yet.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah, if it keeps, you've got another 12 hours probably or something. And
if it just didn't have the underground sections, it probably would be way more definitively my number 3.
Interesting.
But I just couldn't love it as much as I wanted to because and it starts really, really slow.
Right. That's a Nintendo signature, though.
Yeah, so they've gotten better at it for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
It's a beautiful looking game. Anytime I see video of it.
Yeah, it is really pretty. The Pikmin look great. And there's these.
It just has this weird.
Yeah, like almost like a toy look about it or something, like miniatures.
Yeah, totally.
It does that.
Real
it does that thing where it like
physicality
blurs the background of stuff,
right?
So that it has that like miniature look.
Yeah,
this is pretty cool. Yeah, the dog's kind of a cool addition. You can split up and he can go on his own, but he can also like carry stuff. You can keep upgrading him. So at this point for me, he can carry as much as 30 Pikmin.
Oh, he's better than 30 Pikmin.
So he's really useful, and you can ride him, which is cool, and all the Pikmin jump on him. And so that makes it...
What is he?
It's a dog, but a really two-legged weird dog.
Yeah, he's tiny. What?
Yeah, but it makes it way easier to like manage them. They're not like a big crowd behind you. They like all bunch up on him, and you can like swim with him, so you can like bring them across water and not have to worry about them drowning.
That's great.
The night missions are cool. It's like almost like more of a tower defense mode.
Weird. What are you defending against?
The creatures, just like bulb orbs and stuff. But they have like glowing eyes. And then you use glow
spooky at night.
Glow Pikmin, which are kind of fun because they're not like they can't really die. Like, you can lose them, but they just like go back to the base.
Are glow Pikmin the fucked up white ones?
No, those are the white Pikmin.
Ah.
They're poisoned. They're from Pikmin 2.
I see.
Purple and white are from Pikmin 2. Flying and rock are from Pikmin 3. And then this one adds glow Pikmin and ice Pikmin.
They don't even show either of those on the cover of Pikmin 4, though.
Oh, yeah, they do. I don't think they show glow, but they show ice.
Oh, I thought that was rock. That must be ice. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they show rock, actually. Maybe in the background. I actually didn't notice flying and rock at first, and I was like, oh, they got rid of like one of the better Pikmin with flying. And they kept... Yeah. And purple and rock are basically the same as far as I You can tell.
They're tough Pikmin.
Yeah, like heavier Pikmin. But yeah, I probably will. It's so huge. I feel like by the end of it, like I'm already compelled to like get every treasure and rescue every
Crazy.
person. Like that's just the fun of it.
Is it still like fun human stuff you're gathering?
Yeah, completely. And I love how I can't remember if they did this in the other games, but they like name everything, but they like don't understand what everything is. So it's
Right.
like tablet.
Yeah.
It'll be like tablet of destiny, and it'll be like a card or something.
That's good
Like
stuff.
a
yeah.
dice. Yeah,
Fantastic.
it's great.
It's Pikmin.
It's Pikmin.
They're
I mean, it
pickiest
is.
of
It's
men.
by far
Yeah.
the most, like the biggest, and there's the most stuff to do. It's also kind of intuitive in some cool ways. Like, if Pikmin are busy doing something, like moving something, and you call them,
Yeah.
they won't immediately come. But they stop and look at you. And then if you like if you hold it down, they'll come. If they're just standing doing
Right.
nothing, they'll come automatically. But
Right.
but if there's like more Pikmin than necessary carrying that thing, they'll come
Yeah.
automatically.
Oh, that's smart.
It just does these little things like that you're like, oh, thanks for doing that for me. You can also like
Yeah.
just look at you can bring up the map and just pick anywhere and oh shit, I missed it. And just say go here. And then
Go here, Pikmin.
and then no, just like your character.
Oh, cool.
And it'll just walk there automatically for you. But then you can also split up with the dog and like so choose go here and then switch to the dog and then do something else as the dog.
That's more like RTS type stuff, like from like StarCraft or whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Do
Pikmin 3 had 3 people you could switch between.
Oh my goodness. Who? It's Olimar, and who else is there?
No, Olimar hasn't been since Pikmin 2.
Oh my god, who are you at this point?
In this game, you're a created character.
Oh, weird.
You have your own name and you have your own look, and you can change it up, which is great. I've just changed my face a bunch of times.
That's cool. That's really sweet. I like the look of the race of Pikmin, or not Pikmin, of the Pikmin people. They're goofy-looking guys.
Oh, the like the leaves on their heads. They're people who have been taken over. They have like a disease.
Oh, gross.
And you need to do the night missions to get like the cure for them.
Right.
Yeah, like things link together really well.
Interesting.
It's really good. And it's just getting better and better the more I play, so I'm sure it'll crack. I'm sure it'll beat my number 3.
Could it beat your number 2? Or
I
your number
highly doubt it, but it's possible. Anything's possible, but
could have the greatest end game of all time.
I remember Pikmin 3 got better and better as it went too, so who knows?
That's cool. This one feels like almost kind of a forgotten game this year, even though it's been on a bunch of lists I've seen too. But
yeah, but it definitely is it's overshadowed by so many huge games, and so even though it is like a fairly big game for Nintendo, it's just in its presentation and in its feel, it's very small and like
totally. And it's just the people who are going to be interested in Pikmin's going to be a smaller group than a lot of these anyways.
Totally. It's crazy how much Nintendo pushed it. Like in Japan, it was everywhere. And like they had a big part of the store, the Nintendo store, was dedicated to Pikmin.
Yeah. I'm surprised that dog hasn't been made a bigger deal.
I mean,
he looks pretty fucking adorable.
Yeah, he's in all the ads and stuff for sure.
Right.
And he's definitely a huge highlight of they give him to you right away, and he's like a big part of the game.
Right. He's pretty great looking. What a thing.
Yeah. If only I had gotten it in the summer when it came out.
Oh yeah, it would be up at number 3 for sure,
Yeah.
instead of stuck down at number 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, I love this song
My
too.
number 4. Oh, oh, was it? Oh, this part.
No,
Oh,
this
this song.
song.
I see,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, what's your...
Yeah. My number 4, this is the controversial pick on the list,
Oh.
that whether it counts or not, is Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, yeah, because I've done enough of the side content now that it counts for me, like where I can feel the differentiation between the old game and the new game.
Right.
And fuck me, the stuff for the new, it's so well written and such a cool spy story they send you on.
That's awesome.
Like they've given this section of the game's got its own like James Bond intro, like with a crazy song and a crazy music video.
That's awesome.
And then Idris Elba's in it doing. He's so good. He's playing such a cool, weird secret agent role that you never know his motivations, but you want to be his best friend because he's so fucking cool. It's got a whole new set of stuff for Johnny Silverhand, which is Keanu Reeves, to like react off of. Because that's kind of his whole. It's just reacting to crazy shit happening to you.
Right.
And they understand so much more now what to do with that than they did in the first game, where he's like got these really fun facial animations for like crazy shit that happens. He's like, what the fuck is happening? It's really it just feels like a real person is there with you as you're doing these things.
That's awesome.
It's cool. And it's a cool ass story. Like, president of the US gets shot down over a really shitty part of town and you have to rescue her.
That's amazing. It's just like Escape from New York.
It really is Escape from, yeah, totally. But then it gets a lot more politic-y towards the end. But that's
awesome.
It's cool, yeah. And that's part I'd recommend, because like when you start a game, you can start and they'll like fast forward your character to the start of the new content, and I think that would be a really good way to play it. Like you could probably play through it in like, I think it's still like 20 hours long as far as I've seen, but.
It's awesome.
You wouldn't have to spend 100 hours doing it.
It looks fun. I probably will play it someday.
And then, especially after you just having played Starfield, there's no way I could recommend it to you right now.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
It's such a similar waste of time.
Yeah.
In the.
Yeah, and like FF16 is still higher for me on my.
Oh right.
Want to play list, as far as giant RPGs go.
You've got FF7 coming out in a couple months, and from what I read, that's gonna be fucking insane.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, they said they wanted it to be at least 100 hours.
Oh,
so hooray!
Yeah, it looks huge.
Yeah. That's crazy. And that's the problem with any RPG recommendation. They're just too hefty.
Yeah.
Like I think Mick had been recommending Cyberpunk forever.
Yeah.
It's just too long.
I can only do like really 2 a year, if that.
Yeah. Totally.
Like really, like even though I did Starfield, it was really just Zelda for me this year. That was like giant.
Yeah.
Game.
That I think Cyberpunk, if you could play it the way you did Starfield, just going story mission to story mission to story mission, that's the way to do that game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the story missions are what is the funnest part. They're like
that's probably
it's got all the cool characters and it's got these crazy set pieces and stuff.
That's the thing, I guess. But that is kind of the thing with these huge games. That might be the way to do them. Is like just get the good story, but it's in there.
Totally.
And
but that like.
Yeah, get the flavor of it so that I can experience it, but I just don't want to invest that much time into it.
Exactly.
You just have to make that decision off the top.
Payoffs, otherwise, it's an all or nothing thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The payoffs for the side content in it are good.
Yeah.
But each one of those is like the length of a separate story for one little payoff.
Yeah, exactly. And there's just too much.
Yeah, totally. And I still can't resist every time I see a car to steal, because you can steal cars and deliver them to a place. I can't resist doing it. But I don't. It's not adding anything to my gameplay experience.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah, it's a weird one though because it is technically DLC.
Yeah, I saw one. It was a cool article that Baldur's Gate launched the same month. Baldur's Gate 3 launched early access the same month as Cyberpunk came out.
Oh, weird.
And Cyberpunk was not ready at all, and they're like, it should have. That was kind of just the paid beginning of early access for Cyberpunk.
It's true. I was gonna mention
the
that.
two games came out within like 3 weeks of each other.
Yeah, that's the other weird thing about it is DLC, but it's also like the release of the game in a way because it was so broken.
Yeah.
If they had just called it early access, then there would be no question, and they wouldn't have nearly as much bad, as much hate over it.
But they were able to charge. They were able to basically recoup the entire development cost by releasing it fully at the beginning. Is the thing. So like I can see why they didn't do it. Like where the game had paid for itself already, and then they could spend 3 years fixing it.
I guess,
it's
but
a stain on their name. That
I wonder if they had released it
now shaken.
Like if they had released it in early access, that still might have paid for the game.
It might have, yeah.
Like
sure.
if you charge, you could easily still charge
but then
almost full price, like
$60.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, totally. I think Baldur's Gate was always a full priced game.
Really?
It's just
even in early access.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. It's not. Yeah. You just got to play the first act 3 years early.
Right.
And, like tinker around that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. If they had done it, it would have really changed the perception at very least.
Completely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be any question about it being a 2023 game.
Totally.
So
and that's now also next time CD Projekt Red puts out a game, everyone's just gonna assume it's broken when it comes out. Like,
totally, yeah. Just treat it as early access.
Bethesda's done it to themselves. Like, yeah, it creates this precedent that you can't ever not think about.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one.
If they can promise they'll make if Bethesda can do to Starfield what they've done, what CD Projekt Red did to Cyberpunk, I think Starfield will be a great game in 3 years, maybe. Like,
totally. What they need to do though, and I don't know if they will do this, is update their system, like their the way things work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like it's just it feels so old at this point.
It's weird because it feels like it's almost the same system in Cyberpunk, but you're never like when you talk to people in Bethesda games, it's always locked like right on their face.
Right.
Whereas this one, you can walk around the environment and like
frame
things in cool ways.
Yeah, exactly. Like even things, just little things like that, even just so that it doesn't feel like exactly like Skyrim, still,
totally.
Or I mean, like Oblivion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like I mentioned, even
it's a
on stream a while ago, I mentioned like how bad it is at checkpoints, and it's like still it's still the exact same system of like, autosaves indoors, but nowhere else. Yeah, when you go through a door, it autosaves, but if you complete a mission, nah.
That's so stupid.
Like just little,
such a
like they're just so stuck to that. Like they're so stubborn about those things.
It's such a 2006 concept.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's and they just seem really stuck in those ways.
Cyberpunk has the exact same problem there, but you can always just push start and then push triangle, and it makes a quick save at any point in that game, which is handy. You do have to teach yourself to do that.
That is ridiculous. I don't understand. This whole year it felt like checkpoints were a problem, and I don't know why. We've taken a big step back because it felt like I haven't had to worry about that for years.
That's true. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Like there was, I don't even know. I remember there being a checkpoint thing that sucked in Control, but that's like 3 years old at this point. Like, yeah.
And even then there was like one spot near the end. I guess there was a couple spots, but yeah, it's like. It felt like it just in the games that it did happen. It felt like it happened a lot. Like
it was real annoying.
Yeah, like you had to stay on top of things.
But then, like you do have games like Spider-Man where you die and you can die mid-boss fight, and they'll put you halfway through the boss fight. Still.
That's
So,
like that exactly perfect checkpoint system.
Yeah,
there.
Totally. I guess there's just with big games, they're supposed to be like frictionless now, and you can totally feel that. Where like it's not fighting you to have a good time.
That's what I want exactly.
Whereas, yeah, these smaller games are still fighting you a lot of the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, before we get to our top three, let's take a break.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I have special videos for our top three that I think they'll run better than this one did.
Oh, my God.
Because now I can close that. And look, my video's not choppy anymore.
Not very long, so
whoa.
Oh, that's so weird. What a weird system. Ooh.
Yeah, that video was just too big. Yeah, that's the thing. All these videos are like half the length, and I'm gonna have only one playing at a time anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it works.
That's the best way.
Next to me.
I believe. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off this awesome music, and you get to watch some Game Boy ads, and we'll be right back.
Game Boy 版ファミスタ登場。
兄ちゃん、ファミスタ通過してくれよ。俺が一回やってからな。いつもそれだもんな。
ゲームボーイ版ファミスタ2登場。
I live with aliens. I can prove it. My Game Boy camera reveals all. They landed on Earth and moved into my house. There are 4 alien life forms. Here you can see their leader. They enjoy games, playing alien music, and performing weird experiments. I have hard copies of everything in case I get abducted.
Dinner's ready. Hello, love.
Make fun of everyone with Game Boy camera.
Je suis abondant. Et moi, un petit cochon. Regardez-moi.
Dans les yeux. C'est la Game Boy Caméra. Et ça s'adapte à tous les Game Boy. Il suffit de prendre un copain, de lui coller un nez, le nez d'un copain, des yeux, des oreilles, ce que vous voulez. Vous pouvez les animer, les imprimer et les coller où vous voulez. Ça s'appelle la photographie. Game Boy Caméra, mettez vos amis en boîte.
Be afraid. Be very afraid. One life-sucking Metroid survived the first Metroid adventure, and it's multiplying rapidly. You must help Samus save the universe again in Metroid 2. So we're giving you more power and mightier weapons to search a bigger world.
Game Boy sold separately.
Destroy or be destroyed.
Metroid 2, The Return of Samus, only on Game Boy.
The future is in your hands.
If you've been real good, like you should, wait till the holidays. Smile for a Game Boy camera.
The season starts with fun, ugly, and Game Boy camera.
Smile for a Game Boy camera.
ゲームボーイがカメラになる。
君のゲームボーイがカメラに大変身。撮った絵をその場で見る。みんなら楽器をする。楽しいアニメーションを作る。自分のゲームで遊ぶ。さらに友達と
交換できる。
世界で初めての遊べるカメラ。ゲームボーイに特殊カメラ新登場。
遊べなきゃね。
ソフトプリントと同時発売。
丸書いて、お豆が2つ、おむすび1つ。あっという間に星のカビ。なんでも吸い込む。星のカビ。吸い込みぶっつけ攻撃。ぷかぷか空飛びの術。かわいいやんちゃポーズ。星のカビ。ゲームボーイで新発売。
あ、ゲーム落ちた。
おお、近くで売れてるらしいな、ゲームボーイ君。
おかげさまで。
俺のソフトも可愛がってくれよな。
はい。
4つのゲームが2つのモードで新登場。ゲームボーイポケットで
もう君の街にも来てるかもしれないぞ。テトリスからの第2弾エンドレスナイトメアハットリス。パイプドリームもやばいぜ。 BPS
今度のカビはただのやんちゃ坊主じゃないよ。3匹の強い仲間がついているのさ。スーパーゲームボーイならカラーでやんちゃ放題大暴れ。ゲームボーイソフト星のカービィ2新発売。
まるでブロック崩しだ。
その通り、今度のカービィはブロック崩しで大活躍。アイテムや敵キャラ盛りだくさん。スーパーゲームボーイならカラーで楽しめる。ゲームボーイソフトカービィのブロックボール。
カービィがアクションパズルゲームに初登場。どんどん星を集めよう。カービィのキラキラキッズゲームボーイポケットでね。
Recently, we compared two superheroes, Dashing Super Guy and Kirby from Nintendo. In some ways, Kirby lost big. No big hair, no big muscles, no weapons, nothing. All Kirby's got is appetite.
Oh, wow, we're back. We're into our number 3s. And, start with mine, I guess. Why? Because it's the shared one? Yeah, that's true. But we'll jump around them. Yeah, Resident Evil 4. I didn't really want it to be my number 3. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why. It's another weird one for me, where it's like, there's so many things I love about it, but most of those are because of the original. Yeah, like there's so much I don't remember about the original that I can't be 100% sure, but it's the gameplay things that I love the most. Like this. Yeah. Like the way you're following it, you sneak up behind that guy, then there's a guy behind the corner. Like, there's just genius game design. Yeah, exactly. And you're just you constantly feel overwhelmed and that you can't do it, and somehow you just run around. Yeah, totally. Or a bunch of guys just suddenly like run in, and you're like, what? How is there more? Or this happens, and a guy comes in with a chainsaw. That's crazy. That's so funny because that was like the people who didn't like Resident Evil 4. That's exactly what they said the first time through. Whereas for me, it was like it went so perfectly and like so cinematically that set the tone for me for the rest of the game too, to actually go like really well and smoothly, and like so many cool things happened. Because I did it on my first try, and I saved the video actually, and it's like I run out of bullets, and I go through a whole section of it just running, and somehow I'm like so close to dead, and then the bells ring and I get saved. Like it went perfect. Like it's like it was meant, like the way it went, the way it was meant to go. Oh yeah. It is crazy. It's weird though, like not in first person. Oh, I don't know. That was my. It must be then. I don't know. It's just so good. Like just the design. It is the most stressful game ever made. The first one was, the original was too. Yeah, you never feel safe, except for the save rooms. Yeah, it feels like it gets it. Yeah, it feels like Dead Space. It feels like you get a pattern, whereas this, it always feels like chaos. Yeah. But then things like that happen that I just hit a guy with it that was holding dynamite and it killed like 5 people. Like you just get like these runs where it's so much fun. Oh yeah, I did use it for probably most of the game actually. Yeah, well, and then you got the stock for it too. Yeah. Yeah. I do use all the guns, although, but not most of it's the pistol still. I love Resident Evil pistol. It's always felt so good. Yeah, that was the step down. I didn't mind it, but yeah, it definitely wasn't as good for sure. That's a good one. Oh wow. Right. That was stupid. What a dumb idea. It didn't. Yeah. Yeah, that was bizarre. And you couldn't store the materials either. It's so rudimentary that I don't mind it, but still, it's not a step up for sure. I gotta replay the original now because I really want to know which I like more. I know we've talked about that. Like it's gotta be a whole segment on the show because there's so many games we could do that with. Oh, interesting. Because I don't. Yeah, there's a lot that I don't remember. There's a bunch of stuff they cut too. Like I remember a big industrial section. I mean, this is a bit industrial. Look at this part. This is one of the coolest things that happened to me. This chainsaw guy chainsaws the guy with dynamite. Like they both die. And if you watch that clip, it's like I'm running from the chainsaw guy, and the dynamite guy throws dynamite, and it hits the chainsaw guy behind me. So it's like he just got, as soon as the chainsaw guy got off, he was just pissed off. I was like, you fucker. I'm slicing your dynamite. Yeah. Was that in the original? Oh, interesting. Yeah, exactly. Well, the explosive stuff was good. Yeah. was doing so good that round. I got hit that bear trap. That was actually like a New Game Plus one, and I was pretty much unstoppable. And then it was like, oh shit, I get stuck in a bear trap, and there's a chainsaw guy. There's just nothing I can do. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Right. Totally. Yeah, that it is so fun. That room's so well designed. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like 90% of the stuff I love is from the original, so it's such a weird one to grade for me. But it also, because it's been so long since I played the original, it's like, it's undeniably one of the most fun experiences I had this year. That's why I have to. That's why I was like, oh, it is my number 3, really. It's true. They should, yeah, lean into the camp for sure. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But like I said, it's been so long for me, and I need to replay the original now and be like, yeah. For all I know, I do like this more, but I doubt it. Right. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah, it's true. I don't know what they were thinking there. Yeah. Whoa. What a segue. Boom. There's baseball. But documentary baseball. Oh yeah? That's funny. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, this has so much style that you can just tell from this video. I love that this I don't know what is happening there. He's just like putting his hands back and forth out near his head. Yeah, there's some weird. This clip's weird too. I don't know what is happening. But here they're like they shrug and then they're like, oh no, let's kneel down. And they're like, I don't know, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit on my butt. Ah. Right. Yeah, of course. Wow. Oh, cool. Oh, I see. That's awesome. That's amazing. Yeah, you sent me a video, and it was just a satchel page. It was pretty cool. So this is like a suite Ode to Satchel Paige. I don't know. I guess a goat ate his birth certificate out of a Bible. Weird. Oh, hey, maybe that's what he said happened to his birth certificate. The goat ate. Oh, whoops! I have to write here. That's crazy. Right. Hmm. Oh shit! I've had you muted this whole time.
No.
Since we got back from
No.
break.
Since we talked about baseball.
Yeah, damn it.
No. It's MLB The Show. We love historical baseball.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yeah. They probably can get a lot of the conversation from your content.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. I already
Yeah.
forget most of what we were saying.
Perfect.
It was a sweet historical mode in a new baseball game where I've never seen history told to people in games like that before.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like it seemed like it would set up like something somebody was gonna do. Like it's like this is a game where he struck this guy out or something, and then you had to like play that.
Yeah, it put you into these scenarios that felt like it kind of like boss fights in sports game form.
That's cool.
Yeah, or all these. I don't know if they were like tilted in your advantage to make the. No, there were some that took me a fuckload of tries, so I don't think it was. But yeah, you do some really cool stuff that no one would ever do in an actual baseball game nowadays.
Right.
Like pitch 2,000 games like that set or something. 55 no-hitter. It just had such cool style to the documentarian parts as well.
Yeah, totally. And the animations and everything.
And then there's animations, but the fact that there is some real footage in there too, like it's crazy that they've got stuff that's that old. Probably all taken from Ken Burns' baseball.
Yep. That's the standard, the gold standard.
Yeah, exactly. And they're all, by the end of it, they're like, and this guy's the best pitcher that no one's ever heard of, and it's not even close compared to modern day. Like each one of them, like this guy's so much better at baseball than anyone you could possibly imagine.
Huh.
There's one guy he played every position on the entire field over the course of one game. They got a home run at each position. It's just such weird. I don't see how these people can exist.
That's crazy.
I'd love to see this in other sports games too. Like or just in other games. Like
totally.
Little, like historical scenario simulators.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like the Assassin's Creed documentary mode.
If they could condense that down into something that is feeding you the interesting facts in a cool way.
Yeah, totally. Like a story mode for that.
Totally. Yeah, I don't even know how you do that. But yeah, it would have to be. It's got to be snappy to keep your entertainment going.
Yeah, totally.
But you got to have control. It's weird. Baseball.
It'd be cool if it was done like this, and then with the playing, it was they'd set it up. People talking would set it up, and then you'd play through whatever they were talking about.
Yeah, Antony and Cleopatra meeting for the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It would be cool.
Or just like what Egypt looked like in this time.
Oh, that would be so cool. Totally. Of watching a mummy get made.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. I just assume anyone who's talking about that kind of thing doesn't have the fun charisma that this guy has.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he's got to get some charismatic
Gotta
people.
find the right guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you
That's
can
true.
find some guys.
Or just someone to do a good piece of writing, and then you can get an actor to do the
Yeah,
charisma
true.
bit for you.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah, documentary modes. We want more documentary modes in games.
That's true. It's a game I didn't play this year, but it's on my list. Is the making of Karateka.
Yeah, that's true too.
I want to see that documentary mode quite badly.
Yeah. Yeah. Forgot to put that.
They announced what their next game is, and they're doing another making of game. I can't remember what it's for though.
Cool. You just do that with all the like big ones.
For sure. That guy is a genius if he's nailed this down.
Yeah, totally.
That he can do it for multiple things.
Playable documentaries.
Oh.
New genre. It's the new hit genre of next year.
It should be. Maybe I just dreamt that they announced what their next game is. I can't find anything about it. I don't know. I really should check out the making of Karateka. It's such a weird. Like, I'm looking at the store and seeing it for like $30. That doesn't make sense in my mind because Karateka is super basic and not fun to play.
Yeah, that's crazy. $30.
But that's not the point though either.
I know, but I wouldn't pay $30 for a documentary either.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's on sale for $20 right now, and even that feels like a steep ass. So yeah, a well-made documentary that's in a topic of interest to me. Maybe I'd pay $20 for that. Karateka.
I don't know what could be that interesting. Yeah, that's awesome. What should we do? Should we? No, let's do our mutual number 2.
Alright, our mutual number 2.
Yeah.
What?
That sounds gross.
It's the most number 2 game on the list.
Yeah.
Mutual number 2. We have to get one of those toilets for couples.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that we have mutual anything.
For sure. Especially, the same spot on the list.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you're not even finished this game.
I'm not even finished. It's just so much fun while it's going.
Yeah, and
it made me go play all the other Spider-Mans because I just couldn't get enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. And even playing through the story, like as bullshittily as I do on stream, not paying attention, it's still super cool.
Yeah, totally. The characters are so good.
Yeah. I just love Spider-Man's adventures. Like his quandaries are so exciting, but also relatable.
Yeah, totally. And he's just got one of the best rogue galleries, and they take such good advantage of it.
Yeah. Wow, New York looks great there. Holy
I know, right? And it just was gorgeous. Like
it's
that.
Almost too big, really, but that's just the only problem there is I don't remember any environments from Spider-Man.
No, it's all pretty. Yeah, it's just New York.
The city blocks, yeah.
Yeah, totally. They gotta change it up next game.
Go to Spider-Man in Europe, Spider-Man in Asia.
You had the best idea with Spider-Punk in London.
Oh yeah, for sure, that would be so good.
Perfect.
And then you can have Miles and Peter go visit him.
Yeah.
I guess you couldn't really it was a multiverse.
Or just Miles. Well, that's the thing though, but yeah, like Miles and Peter were originally made in different universes in the comics. You could just say they just decided there were 2 spider bites.
It's just its own.
And they've already the end of this game. I think we've talked about this. Spoilers is that they hint that Cindy Moon is coming, and she also got bit by a spider.
Is she already bit by a spider at the end of this game?
I'm assuming.
Interesting.
I think it was in the comics. It's the same spider that bit Peter. I think.
So she's not invisible electricity spider. Right?
No, but she has a natural webbing. I think that I don't know if she has anything more. She probably has more than that, but.
The most
it's not
upsetting
great.
power.
Yeah, it's not a great. There's not much advantage to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they gotta take it somewhere else. And so yeah, they could also just be like, yeah, there was a spider in London.
Oh yeah, totally. That would be really exciting.
Yeah. Just more
yeah.
Spider-Man.
And that's they made Miles such a fun character, and I would love to see them do another.
And it's just and like so much fun switching between them and seeing the styles. Like Hobie would have such a cool different style.
Totally. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It would be a whole because each one of the Spider-Man games, it does feel like has its own style, and they could so easily make a really cool new feel to the Spider-Man game or something like that.
Yeah,
but maybe this Moon Girl is gonna be a similar deal.
Yeah, maybe.
Or if she has a totally different sensibility than Peter and Miles, that's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
But where do you go for the? Yeah, I don't know.
It's just so much fun. Like I enjoyed the first Spider-Man game, but it had so many problems. And then Miles was so good. It was like, oh wow, this is now what I wanted from that other game. And then this just, I don't think so. This just combines them and then makes everything so much, like there's so much more.
And there's so much, yeah. That's the Miles point, is there's less. That's what I love it for. But
yeah, this, I don't know. This just, to me, this is the culmination of what it was always meant to be.
It's real good. I hope that they can make the games that aren't Spider-Man feel as good as this. Like, I hope Wolverine can have a similar feeling. Even though Wolverine as a character has such a different feeling that I don't know if it'll be.
It looks, yeah. I mean, it kind of does. It looks more like Batman. If you watch the videos.
I haven't watched anything from it.
Yeah. Like there's a sweet. He goes into like a rage mode that's really fun. Then he's just like, it looks kind of like Batman. He's just almost like zipping to people, but he's like stabbing them right in the face and just like.
Does it look like it's gonna be an M-rated game?
Oh, yeah, no question. Yeah.
That's good.
He's stabbing the shit out of everybody.
Hard not to make him M-rated.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Is his whole thing. His knives on his hands.
Yeah.
It looks great. Yeah, the stuff that was leaked, even though it's really early.
It's all so far off.
Totally, it's still that one's 2 years or 3 years away.
Spider-Man 1 was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then
but we're getting if that leaked schedule holds up, we'd be getting Venom in 2 years. Wolverine.
Venom, I'm
3.
assuming, is a similar size to Miles Morales, is what I would guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I betcha.
I just don't. I don't know if I want Venom as much as another Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but that's still
heroes.
coming too. There's Spider-Man 3, and like after that,
in like 2032 or whatever.
No, that's like X-Men.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man 3 is supposed to be after Wolverine.
Right. There was the news today that I think Blade is expected in 2027.
No, wow, yeah.
That's so far away.
Yeah. But this felt super far away at one point.
Totally. And it ended up being worth it. It's a rare game that feels like it was worth all the hype, actually. A lot of hyped games don't live up to it. This one's like, I knew exactly what it was going to be when I started it.
Yeah, it's true.
What is that?
Like, honestly, these, if you like really pay attention to what we say on the show, all of our number ones and these number twos should be really obvious.
Oh yeah.
Like,
we definitely just said it.
Yeah, exactly. It's so, but like, yeah. But what I mean is like I had my number 1 and 2 like predicted. I wrote like a potential list at the beginning of the year, and it was like these were the number 1 and 2, and I was like, because I truly was like open to something else taking their place or them being disappointing, but
it feels like a lot of the websites that aren't giving Zelda Game of the Year are being like, well, we just felt like we had to give it something else.
Right.
Like it just felt too obvious for us to give it to Zelda.
It's like, it's incredible. But like, yeah, like back to what you said is like, I knew exactly what I was getting from this and that, and it was like just perfect. It just lived up to it, exactly what I wanted in every way.
With my number 1, I would say I knew exactly what I was going to get, but what I got was amped up from what I expected.
Right.
It's a lot more of a full realization of their ideas than I thought they would ever get.
Alright, well, let's jump to that one.
My
really,
number
it's like
game of the year
a full... Yeah. What?
Is Bobby.
Whoa!
It's Alan Wake 2.
It was a perfect Bobby. It was a perfect realization.
It was perfect. Exactly what they wanted. Just a spooky Russian city.
Alan
Wake 2.
Interesting. So, do you think there's still more culminations to come, or did this feel like it really kind of wrapped everything up?
Oh no, it's not wrapped up. I think it's just going to be. I think that they can't go any more extreme than they've gone in this game. Otherwise, their games are going to be too off-putting and too confusing and too like.
Right.
The story already doesn't make enough sense.
Right. That is.
But it feels like they keep trying new ways of telling their crazy story.
Yeah.
And I don't
totally.
think they can really go beyond what they've done here.
Right. Right. Without alienating too many people.
Yeah. Whatever Alan Wake 3 is or Control 2 is going to be a lot more conventional than this.
Yeah. I mean, Control is a bit more conventional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. I can see that totally. Yeah, they'll take a step back from the really weird stuff.
Yeah, I think this is the most unusually told story, and like well-told story in any game I've ever seen.
Yeah,
like
it is really weird.
It's so like a David Lynch film, or like it's.
I think
just
partially because I've seen it over like weeks and months, but like I only see it once a week. It's even more confusing.
Oh, for sure.
And hard to follow, so that's one of the reasons why it's like it's a little bit lower on my list.
And like the things that I mentioned that are like I'm noticing for the first time make even less sense. Like it's such a like you'll probably have to play it again someday on your own.
Totally, I'll probably do it next year.
Yeah.
Like
and with the New Game Plus, you may as well just do a New Game Plus file.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it enough that I definitely will.
Yeah.
Like I want to see, especially for the story. I want to see the story more.
Totally.
Like in like a one rush.
Pay proper attention.
Yeah.
It's just this video though. It's an incredible looking game. Like just the crazy framing of everything. And
it really is, yeah.
Trying to get cool shots.
The colors.
Yeah, the way everything like just shooting a guy like they bleed almost artistically. Like,
yeah, it's like neon, a little bit.
Yeah,
it's true.
What a thing.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it brings together. It makes me think about so many old games again in different ways. Like,
oh yeah,
I had to go back and reanalyze what all happens in Quantum Break, and
right.
Like El Paso
really
Anywhere wouldn't be on my list this year if I hadn't played Alan Wake earlier, probably. And
they're really good Yeah, like it. Just referencing every one of their other projects.
Totally. It all feels
Having
like
little links that suggest.
Yeah, it's just enough of a breadcrumb trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it all feels so cool.
It's impressive, for sure.
God. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
It's
it's been a really fun ride. I feel like
Yeah.
on a replay, it probably will rank. It might even beat Wonder. I bet.
Right.
It'll almost certainly beat Bomb Rush.
Yeah.
On a replay.
It's one of those things where I could see it all, because Resident Evil 4 is presumably going to fall one spot from
Yeah,
Grimpen,
I could see it beating that too, for sure.
Yeah, and then it could beat RE4 as well, depending on how a replay of the original RE4 went.
It's true. I will say, like I did play a bit of RE4 just recently to get some footage again.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun, and it
Right.
did make me, like it with contrasting it with the only other survival horror I played recently, which is Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
The gameplay is so much better in Resident Evil 4.
Interesting. Everybody says that, and I completely disagree.
The gameplay in Alan Wake's
The
not
shooting.
the shooting and stuff is okay, but it's so.
I found it way better than RE4 to me.
Oh,
It
wow.
felt- Alan Wake's felt like Resident Evil 2's to me, where
Huh.
everything moved at the proper speed, whereas RE4 feels like a game that's being played at 1.5 times speed, and I could never catch up to it.
I know what you mean. It
Yeah.
I never like it. Definitely, I immediately felt like worse than the original. I was like, oh, this is
Yeah.
like weird, and it's kind of almost like weirdly slippery.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Every game's slippery this year, though.
But I don't know. Their enemies are just so sparse, and they're just so. I don't know.
Yeah, you do fight very few.
It's just not that
the combat
fun.
is not
Like every
the
no,
point of the game.
exactly for sure.
Yeah.
But that contrast in, and also just survival horror design, the feeling of being like low on ammo and stuff, and that like tension, the like those tricks, all the little tricks that are in Resident Evil 4 that surprise you in ways, like it's just missing all the like it's missing that survival horrorness to me, like that.
It never really had the survival bits in RE4 either. Really. It was always a power fantasy game. Well,
True,
this
yeah.
one-
You didn't
this
run
one
out of ammo that
less
much.
so for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. In Alan Wake 2, you basically already gotten past the point of having to be concerned about ammo.
Yeah, totally. It's like just that first section you feel a little.
Yeah, a little light.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
now you've always got health items. It's just about using them. And,
Yeah. Like, you can die quickly, but it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's not the same tension as like.
No. Yeah.
As a
It
survival,
feels
like this village sequence at the beginning of Resident Evil 4 where you like run out of ammo and it's just terrifying.
Like even dying in Alan Wake plays into the story of Alan Wake of doing the
Totally.
same thing again but slightly differently. Like it's all
Totally.
it's all linked.
Yeah. So that they would be probably it will probably end up really close to Resident Evil 4 for those reasons.
Right.
But I could see it surpassing it because everything else is so cool.
By the end of the year, that's an impressive looking list of games actually too.
Oh, I know. And I was
Like the only aggressively indie game you've got on the list is 30XX. Everything else is like really cool looking or like
yeah.
that's great. That's
And there's two games that would 100% be on this list.
Which one?
And that's Final Fantasy 16
Oh yeah.
and Ghost Runner 2.
You think Ghost Runner 2 for sure?
Oh yeah, it'll beat
Huh.
at least 30XX Starfield.
Right. Yeah, that's probably true.
I could see it being Hi-Fi Rush.
Right.
I might could even like it could even like higher, but it's tough competition.
And it's one of those things like, is Baldur's Gate 3 so great that if you played it, it would be undeniable? Like, is it so good that like
I just don't think it's as much my style as
It's not my style at all.
as these other games. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's
just so
I think especially if I played a single player, I just don't think it would I like it that much. Co-op, I think
yeah.
we would have a good time.
It would be fun as hell. It's just so.
But like, I don't know,
big.
dialogue, trees and stuff. That's not really my thing. And like,
Yeah. But then what is that? in
top-down
multiplayer? I don't
combat,
understand.
it's not really my thing. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Actually, I haven't really seen what the combat is like totally, but
It's turn-based, and I don't care for that.
that's exactly. Like I'll enjoy it, but it's not gonna beat these games for sure.
But then, like, I saw an interview where he said that the number one influence for the combat in Baldur's Gate 3 was Hitman, like the new Hitman series trilogy.
Weird, interesting.
I was like, that's a good way to make me interested. But
Maybe
then I
there's
also
just lots
don't
of different ways to like, go.
I think
Maybe
it's-
there's traps and stuff you can do.
Yeah, I think it is just there's a million systems interacting with each other at all
Right.
times. Like, if there's a barrel that has water in it, you can make the water into steam or electricity or a million other little things. And
Right.
all these things can interact with each other if you do a spell in one area. Like,
Right.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But I think I'm too dumb to really to do anything but just brute force my way through most of the combat and not interact with those kinds of things.
Yeah. You know what?
I'd probably just play a fighter. And
There's something about my number one game of the year.
oh yeah, about
It
taking
kind of
puzzles
has
your
a
own
little
way.
bit of that thing of like just a million ways to do something, but
Yeah.
it feels more like a toy box.
Oh yeah. it's
Like you've
true.
just got so much fun stuff to play with, and you don't have to think that hard about it. You're literally
Baldur's
just
Gate 3, I think
sticking
I'd
stuff
be worried about
together.
Failing. Yeah. Whoa! What the hell is that dragon in a volcano?
No, he's going down into the underground section.
Oh wow! That was
I don't
crazy.
know. This game was amazing. You never knew, like, there were so many little things like that where, like, it's got that quality of like a good open world game where there's all these different elements, and the way you see something is like, wow, like so few people would have gone in there at that exact time and seen that dragon in the exact way. You really feel like you have your own experience because there's just a billion things to do and a million ways to do them.
How, like, I'm immediately intimidated by having to build shit. Is the like
That's
like,
my point though. It feels more like a toy box.
Right.
Like you build stuff and then you see what it does.
right.
Like that's the fun of it. And then you go, oh shit, that didn't work at all. I just sent that flying into the air.
Yeah.
And you spend time just like tinkering with stuff. It's not. It's yeah. It's more of a yeah. Yeah, we can just watch this video.
It does kind of look like it makes Breath of the Wild obsolete. in a
It
lot.
totally did for me, completely.
Yeah.
Like I love the being able to navigate the sky so much, being just launched into the sky, and then just being able to fall anywhere, being able to build planes, so you can like, cool puzzles like that.
How hard was
make
it
a roller
to build
coaster.
planes that were like good to fly?
Not hard at all.
Oh, that's good.
You could build one with 2 fans, the plane, and the steering wheel.
Right. Whoa. That's crazy. That's a spooky looking guy.
That was Ganon, I think. Yeah.
Whoa, crazy. It's one of the things I wish in future Zeldas they could find a way to nail the story along with this stuff.
The story's decent in this one.
Huh. How is the story told to you in better ways than it was in Breath of the Wild, where you had to go and, like, scan random parts of the environment or scan random places or whatever?
No, it's pretty much the same, and it's like even
That-
worse because it's the problem is they try to tell a more linear story,
Right.
but because it's open world, that just breaks it.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
You
Like
can just skip sections.
like there's the whole
do it
like
in
the
a
whole
totally-
thing is about where did Zelda go? Zelda's disappeared. And like you learn pretty quickly that there's like an imposter Zelda.
Oh, that's cool.
But like the main story doesn't address it. Like it's so far in, and then they're like, "There's an imposter Zelda out there." And you're like, "Yeah, I know." It's been like, and either like Link is a dick and not telling anybody about it, all the things he finds, or everyone else is just stupid.
Yeah, they're just
they're not listening to him. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen where Zelda is, and that's equally unbelievable to me, though, too.
But I mean, we can spoil it. But,
she's a big old fucking dragon.
Yeah, I mean that's the fun. So yeah, it's that's the cool part of the story to me.
Right.
Basically, she gets sent back in time.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then she finds out that the dragons happen because people eat these magic stones.
What?
But they live forever. And the Master Sword gets broken, gets destroyed, and then it gets sent back in time to Zelda. And so she turns into that dragon and has this Master Sword embedded into her head so that she can like restore it over thousands of years until Link.
This is thousands of years later?
Yeah, 10,000 years or whatever later until Link is ready to get it.
Does that put this at the end of the Zelda timeline then?
I think Breath of the Wild has been. I don't know if they've said exactly where it shows up. It's the weird one where it like references every timeline.
Right. It's either way in the past or way in the future.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It does look like a lot of fun. That's for like watching it. But then I also feel like I could have the same amount of fun playing Breath of the Wild, maybe.
Oh, I think Tears of the Kingdom is more fun and just more like Breath of the Wild blew me away for how like able you were to do anything. You know, you can just climb over anything, and you can do. It's like relatively easy to get anywhere. Like parachute. You know, most games at that point, if you wanted to get off a big cliff, you couldn't just jump off of it and parachute down, like in an open world game.
Now that's in everything.
Yeah. This game just gives you so much more. Like the fact that you can just build a plane at any time. Like that plane that I have there that's shooting fire.
Yeah.
That was like there's an underground section and there's these enemies that you can't hurt until you hit them with fire first. And I was like, I don't really want to fight all these guys. And so I just built that plane that shot fire and just ran into all of them.
Just flew in the caves in the basement?
Yeah, it was like a there was kind of there's areas down there like temples and things that you can explore. Cool. And there was one of those, and I just flew around and burned them all.
That's pretty great. Who needs a fire sword when you can have a giant fire jet?
The puzzles are so insanely cool. Almost all of them involve making stuff. Like involve that
all
power.
The shrines?
No, I'm gonna still at some point.
Right.
Yeah, I put in I think over 200 hours.
Holy shit! So it's a biggie.
It's ridiculous. It's like Breath of the Wild was huge, but this is like almost triple the size.
That is insane.
So
and the
much.
bosses you said they're all more interesting than the original, or than Breath of the Wild.
Way better, yeah. The boss is way better. The dungeon's better.
There's like a crazy like twin dragon you're fighting at some point in this video.
Yeah, I put a bunch of them. That was one of my favorite parts, is fighting the Gleeoks.
Right, you're like, oh yeah. There's a part where you're like dressed as a samurai and you're shooting arrows at an electricity guy.
Yeah.
That looks real cool too. It's a cool ass looking game.
The Gleeoks, yeah. There's those bot guys. Here's a Gleeok, the flame Gleeok.
Oh,
and then here's the lightning Gleeok right there.
Oh yeah, that's the one that I saw. Yeah, right.
They're just one of these big enemies that just roam.
Oh, interesting.
There's a few of them, like these hands as well. They're just really, really hard to fight at the beginning of the game, and you just like see them flying around or moving around. And you're just like, oh my god. You just avoid them, or you get annihilated.
It's kind of like Monster Hunter influence in the game.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Something so big.
That kind of totally.
That's cool.
Eventually, they're not that hard to fight. I love it, and the Gleeoks were so much fun because you'd like have to get up to fight them in the air.
Yeah.
And the main way I would do that is put a rocket on my shield.
Yeah.
And just fly up high.
Just launch yourself up?
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Yeah, they were one of the more fun parts.
With all the like combat like this though, are you not constantly running out of arrows?
Well, that was a huge problem in Breath of the Wild, and they do way better in this game. They give you so many arrows, and it's still on the edge of it sometimes,
Right.
but they give you so many arrows in this game.
Breath of the Wild, you have to like buy arrows you're running out.
Totally. I think I still bought arrows in this game just because I like to have a lot, but yeah, for sure. And like they're even more useful because you can attach things to them.
Yeah. I think they made a little bit of a mistake by having all the same outfits in the game again, in addition to the new outfits.
Yeah, I mean, it was this tricky line they walked of having the old things and the new things, of having the same world. And for the most,
another issue.
That's my number one disappointment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Man, the Breath of the Wild soundtrack is amazing. I don't just want it again.
Exactly, and I heard so much of it. Like you hear it so many times, and then like the new music is incredibly good, but you still spend, it's the same snow theme, for example, in the snowy areas, and so you still spend so much time listening to that theme. So it still just feels like Breath of the Wild, and then the Koroks are the other disappointment. I wish they even just changed the way they look or anything.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know what you can do to make a collectible that there's like 1,000 of interesting. But
Yeah, like they added a whole bunch of new cool ones and stuff.
I like the videos I saw of people like launching a Korok over a mountain.
Like that is so much fun. Getting like those ones are fun. Getting one Korok to the other in any way you want, right? Again, it's like you make vehicles and you just strap rockets to them and. Like that's at the end of this that was one of those. See, I just strapped 2 rockets to that Korok and sent him flying into the sky.
Pish!
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
Pish! Or is that the rocket that makes that sound?
Well, he says pia or something. Yeah.
Oh, pia!
He's like screaming, and he's like ah before as I go to strike it, he's like screaming. And then this just like they crashed this and it just went around in circles in the water. I couldn't get back on it. Like you just never knew what your machines were gonna do. Like, you would think you'd have an idea.
It does make me want to play it for sure. Like, I think about it and then I'm like, then I really want to get one of those OLED switches to play it on.
Oh yeah.
$400 to play Zelda. All of a sudden.
Yeah. There, I have a spring on my shield. And so I do a flip to go like shield surf, and it just bounces me up so that I can get high enough to hit the boss that I'm fighting.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
That horse looks cool. Didn't you say horses aren't useless in this one?
They're pretty useless.
Oh, okay. So then what? I guess you can just make vehicles.
Yeah,
how
exactly.
Are you getting around? Right.
There's nothing as good as the motorcycle, but you can make things you can make a couple different things for different terrain that do similar, that get you around almost as good. But really, it's about like flying if you want to get around fast.
Right. Interesting. I did love in Breath of the Wild that was modded playing on that motorcycle with unlimited fuel. It was so fun.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not that bad with fuel even, but that
or just that motorcycle is something I feel like I'm gonna miss.
That's another disappointment. Yeah, there's nothing as good as that, even though you can make some amazing things.
Yeah.
And like there's an auto build thing where like you remember everything you built, and not everything, but you can set favorites, and so if you have the parts, you can just drop them and then use auto build, and you've got like a motor. Like there's things that are close. There's like a motorcycle type thing, but as soon as the terrain gets too like steep, it just falls apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, just so much fun. Like endless fun.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna hate it in a few years when it's the game that people are like, it's the best game ever for the next 15 years.
It's weird. People still seem to think Breath of the Wild is. Maybe it'll just take a while.
That's true. I was gonna say I don't think everyone played this one, but I think this game was insanely popular.
Oh yeah, I think it was one of Nintendo's biggest selling games ever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It still blows my mind that they're able to get games that look like this out of the Switch. That thing is a crappy little system compared to.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Yeah, I've been thinking that with Pikmin too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're just so much better at their systems than anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
20 games of the year.
All 20. Well, no, like 16.
Yeah, true. There's a couple.
Or there's a couple doubles up. No, this is maybe our least doubled up list ever.
Oh, I don't know about that.
There's only 3.
Yeah, I think I feel like we barely ever get one.
Mario. There's only Spider-Man and Mario on both. Oh, and Alan Wake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess we usually that's true.
I don't even know if we usually get even one.
That's fair.
I guess maybe last year actually. Never mind. We had a couple.
We had Rogue Legacy last year.
Yeah, and Vampire Survivors maybe.
Oh, and Vampire Survivor, yeah.
That's true.
Now my game of the year last year now is Case of the Golden Idol, followed by Evil West. So
wow,
yeah. List is way different. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, which was
still number 3.
Yeah, Tinykin was number 1 last year.
Yeah. Now Aperture's at number 4.
Oh wow.
That game is so goddamn good. I just wish there was more of it. So bad.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I just want more Portal. I want more things like that.
Yeah, totally. They gotta be making something.
They gotta be.
And so Proteus is falling even further.
Proteus is at number 8.
Well, I guess and I had Proteus on my list too, so I guess there's.
Okay, there you go. Year before that.
You played Ghostwire.
I did. Ghostwire is at my number 13.
Oh right, you played it that year.
Yeah, I had already gotten Ghostwire taken care of.
Right.
Same with Tunic. Tunic didn't make mine.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't play anything new, so mine's exactly the same. Tunic's still on my list. Tunic was my number 10, so. I'm guessing.
Game of the year last year would still be Lego. So.
Right.
Lego and the Steam Deck. But the year before, I think Returnal was on your top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, the year before.
Death's Door and Resident Evil Village and Psychonauts 2.
And Deathloop.
Oh, that's the year before. I don't even. Oh, wow, that's not even in my top 10 for that. I have Halo Infinite above Deathloop on my list here.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's not accurate. Deathloop would all. So we might have 5 games that match that year.
That's true.
Crazy. Not a whole lot else after that. My top 10. That is a skint year for games, but
that was a great year for me.
Returnal is an amazing game, and that's at the top there.
Yeah, I had Metroid as well, and I had Pistol Whip, Smoke and Thunder.
I gotta play Dread. That's
so good. Yeah, so good.
That's one that I'm sure, like, that's a genre I love and a really good version of it. I'm sure I would love it.
Yeah, totally.
Crazy.
Slick. And yeah,
Slick Jimmy.
Yeah, those besides FF16 and Ghost Runner 2, there's a lot of games I missed, but I don't know that anything will really compete. WarioWare, Mario RPG Remake.
Oh yeah.
I actually just found out. Actually, El Paso Elsewhere could get up there. It looks really cool.
It's so cool. And
it looks like my kind of game.
Yeah,
for sure.
Totally. It looks like this year's Ape Out, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
View Finder looks really cool. Probably won't crack the top 10 though. I actually just realized yesterday too, the game Terra Nil. That's like a sort of that sim game. That's on Netflix.
Totally. Yeah, but you have to play it on your phone.
Which seems perfect though. I don't know. It seems like the perfect kind of game for that.
Interesting.
It's like a sim game.
Yeah. That would be, yeah, because I think it's pretty slow paced too.
Yeah. But yeah, very few of them would actually crack. Besides FF16 and Ghost Runner 2, I think very few of them will crack that top 10.
And I'm pretty sure Armored Core would make my top 10 if I played it.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure Remnant 2 would make my top 10.
Oh yeah, totally.
Chia is borderline. Like, if I beat it, I would probably say I enjoy it more than Wanted Dead, but Wanted Dead's a lot more interesting to me. So
Right.
I'm just more in love with the idea of Wanted Dead.
Right, yeah, totally. It's one of those games that.
Oh no, my headphones just died.
Oh no.
Both at the same time somehow? Hold on a second. Hold on one jiffy fuck second.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a weird game.
Oh, there we go. You've come out we're good.
It's one of those games that, like, yeah, I remember Paper Beast was kind of like that. That is just so weird, and you want to tell people about, and you want, like, you want to have on your list because it's just so unique.
You have to have so many qualifiers for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it really, yeah, it's not good.
But then, yeah, if I play any of those, oh, and RoboCop's also probably going to be in my top 10.
Right? Yeah.
And there's no way that, like, that's the thing. Am I going to knock Mario Wonderful off instead of Wanted Dead? Because that's insane.
Yeah. Yep, it is.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah, like, what a crazy year. There's so many good games on these lists, and there's a bunch that we didn't even play that will
For sure.
probably crack the top 10.
Yeah. Not to mention, Hitman 3 became my favorite game ever with its update. Like,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's a solid year.
Yeah. Amazing.
Like, I wonder if 10 years from now, we'll look back at Spider-Man as fondly.
I think so. People really seem to love it.
It's a lovable ass game, that's for sure. I guess it's already been 5 since Spider-Man 1, and that game's just as lovable.
Yeah, exactly. That's all, yeah, aging better. And next year, it looks like it's keeping up with the amount of games, but it doesn't.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's not for me as much. Like I can't. There's like, I can't be like, oh, I know Zelda and Spider-Man 2 are gonna blow my mind. I just know it.
Right.
Like, there's FF7 Rebirth that looks like I'll really enjoy it, and same with Silk Song. Well, almost certainly.
Silk Song's not coming out.
It's gonna come out next year. Next year's the year.
I feel like FF7 is set up to be your game of the year at this point.
Pretty much. But I mean, you know what? The FF7 remake was my second game of the year that year. And you know what ended up beating it? Was the surprise Hades.
Which game?
Hades.
Hades. Oh, yeah.
So
that 2020 is an all-time year for games.
No, it's not great at all for me.
That year's crazy.
For me, it was just FF7. Yeah, like the top my revised list. Yeah, it's really just, I got a pretty good top 5, but it's really just the top 3 that I truly loved.
Right. I had Persona 5.
Oh yeah, but that yeah, I guess that counts. Yeah.
And especially because I'd never even experienced Persona 5.
That was the thing, yeah. That's the thing. That's why 2017 is a genius year for me.
Yeah.
Because that's the year Persona 5 came out.
Even like Ghost of Tsushima was an incredibly solid game.
It was really good.
Oh,
I don't know.
Real good.
There's lots of good stuff, but none of it I loved.
Yeah, I
that
don't even.
much.
I played like an hour of Final Fantasy VII Remake and had enough.
Like this year, Hades would be like, yeah, maybe it would beat Hi-Fi Rush.
I would. I wonder where I would need to play through Hades again. Now, like it's been since 2020 that I played Hades.
Totally, but I just mean like it was even then. I wasn't like this is like.
Right.
Like this year, I'm like, oh, these are 10s.
I
Like
guess
top-
with Hades, you were more like, this is the best roguelike I've ever played, but you're not a big roguelike guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, it's rare that an indie game would even top my list, but it just wasn't that strong of a year for me in general.
Totally.
Like I wouldn't give Hades a 10.
I feel like I need to move Watum up my 2019 list. That game is better in my mind than it was then. I might like Watum more than I like Bloodstained.
Bloodstained was very good.
It's very good.
I know. 2019 was pretty great.
Bloodstained is the most drugs game there is.
Yeah.
Like, it just, you can't stop just doing it.
Yep.
2019's crazy with Control and Resident Evil 2 and Sekiro.
For me, Astral Chain, Devil May Cry 5, and Blood and Truth.
Oh, it's like, yeah, we never matched in our top 3.
Oh no, never.
It just never happened.
Spider-Man 2 is very rare.
Crazy.
Control's number 4 for me.
Oh, that's pretty close.
And in 2020, I don't know if you've added Miles Morales to your list, but
Oh, I haven't.
that
Interesting.
is in my like that's my number 3.
It might be my number 3 as well. I don't know.
We agree on Spider-Man.
It might be my number 2.
Wow.
Interesting. I need to go through these lists again at a certain point and start adding things again.
Yeah, it's true. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed it.
I know last year on this stream I did my favorite shows and movies of the year. I don't remember any movies that came out this year.
Oh yeah. Huh. Mine, I guess, would be Boy and the Heron.
Oh yeah. It made that list right at the end there.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else is the thing.
No. It's been pretty boring, I think.
Yeah. What
Like
was
a
it?
lot of like
Have you heard of this movie called Polite?
Barbie was very good.
What was that?
Barbie was very good.
Barbie was good, yeah. It was a bit overhyped for me, but I did enjoy it a
No One
lot.
Will Save You was really cool.
Huh.
That was the alien invasion movie where it's a deaf girl who gets invaded and she never says it.
Oh right, yeah. And it's like, yeah, there's like no dialogue.
Yeah, for the whole movie. Which is interesting. Which, just like Silent Night, which I saw the other day and hated. No dialogue in the whole movie.
Oh, weird. Silent Night.
Silent Night. He gets his voice box shot out in the first minute of the movie.
Huh.
He can't talk.
Huh.
The movie sucked.
That's too bad. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I would even like. That I would really.
Well, there was Asteroid City this year.
Yeah, I never saw it. I guess I didn't see a lot of stuff.
It was just very Wes Anderson-y.
Right.
Yeah. I need something new from him.
There's gotta be something
Crazy.
else. I can't think of it. Gorilla's album. It's probably my album of the year. I can't think of any other albums.
Which album?
Cracker Island from the Gorillas.
That was this year?
I think so.
Wow. That feels like
They,
years ago.
but I think they started releasing the singles last year.
Oh, I see. I don't understand music anymore.
Well, it's like games too.
Yeah. Black Sheep is the best book I read this year.
Oh yeah, I don't think I read any
I
books.
think it's the only novel I read this year, so.
There you go. I want to see that Godzilla movie. It's supposed to be really good.
Oh, Godzilla Minus One's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. There's this movie called Polite Society that sounded pretty cool.
I was trying to think of that movie the other day to watch it, and I could not remember the title to save my life.
Yeah. Oh, Across
Not a great title.
the Spider-Verse be up there for me.
Yeah, it's great. That movie ends in such a terrible way, and
John Wick was
the
good.
first one's better.
I never
But
saw.
it's still real.
I never saw Oppenheimer. I'm looking forward to Poor Things. The new Yorgos Lanthimos.
Oh, what is it? How is it gross? What's it about?
It's like a Frankenstein story. It's like Emma Stone is like a Frankenstein. It's like
Weird.
I don't know. It looks really weird.
That sounds interesting.
Oh
Movies are
shit!
Interesting.
What happened to this?
Oh, there was the new Evil Dead this year, which was pretty fun. Evil Dead Rise. Yeah, just a bunch of okay stuff this year.
Yeah. Some good stuff.
Talk to Me was awesome. Interesting. Infinity Pool was really gross. There was a lot of weird cum in that movie.
Goes the Flower Moon. I didn't see. It's supposed to be good.
Yeah. It looks slow and difficult to watch.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. I don't know what happened to the music.
Oh, yeah,
I think it might have just gone out for us for some reason. Because I think it's still playing for them. But anyway. TV show? I don't even know. I don't think I watched any.
No, there's been nothing interesting. What We Do in the Shadows is still the best.
Yeah, Always Sunny was good. I think that might. Oh, After Party. Watched that this year. That was incredible.
I think I'm at the point where, like, Severance, I think, was the year before.
Right. Yeah, After Party. Yeah, because After Party season 2 came out this year, and that was amazing. That's my show of the year for sure. Watch After Party.
Yeah, I can't remember anything that was on this year. Twisted Metal was this year. That was pretty good.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one.
That was okay.
There's a bunch of video game shows.
Oh yeah, Last of Us everybody really liked.
Yeah, that's most people's.
Poker Face started this year. Poker Face is incredible.
What's that?
But it is just a good detective up show.
Oh, right. Pretty good year.
Well, yeah, it's a fine year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look back at it as the best year for television. But
we were entertained. Thoroughly entertained.
Except for that one time.
Yeah. I'll hate it forever.
I'll hate it forever. Velma came out this year. That was a time I wasn't entertained.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna play some more Zelda in the next couple months, I bet.
Watching that, while we were talking Zelda, I was looking at how much it would cost to buy a Switch with Zelda. I wanted those OLED Switches are supposed to look so good too.
Nice. But they're gonna announce the Switch 2 next year for sure this time.
For sure. Just I've been seeing that same article about the PlayStation 5 Pro as well. Maybe they'll both happen.
Yeah, I still do want to get all the side quests done and find all the shrines, and still tons of stuff I want to do.
Have you gotten all the outfits you would want?
No, there's still tons of outfits I want. But it's an annoying thing where they have all these legacy outfits, right? which are cool, but they're all split into 3 pieces. So you'll find like the boots from Ocarina of Time, and the boots from Link to the Past, and the boots that he wore in Twilight Princess, and the boots that he wore in Skyward Sword.
And those boots all look the same.
Pretty much, yeah. Like you can, like they look different, but it's like, oh, okay, like I don't know. Like it would have been fine to just give me the different heads.
Oh, totally. Or unlock the whole outfit.
Yeah.
Each time.
Yeah, exactly.
But they want you to go basically to opposite ends of the map if Breath of the Wild is anything like it.
Like I did beat the game as like classic NES looking Zelda.
That's great. I never got that in Breath of the Wild.
Oh, but that was the thing. So there's like in Breath of the Wild there's like the classic outfit. But that's Breath of the Wild's version of that. In this, there's like all the legacy ones where you look like it's like a different face almost, and you look like Ocarina of Time Link.
Interesting.
And so, but there's
Wait,
one.
A different face even?
But it changes your hair, and the face doesn't really change, but the hair just frames your face differently, and it does like it just looks different. It has like the Ocarina of Time, like almost spiky hair coming out of the front
Does
of
it
it.
have the weird pink hair from Link to the Past?
No, I wish it did. The only old one, this is what I was trying to say, is like I beat the game as like NES Zelda, like from the instruction book.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like it's that.
Like with the shield with just a cross on it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that, but it's that exactly that guy. It's like pretty
A
plain green outfit.
with
Yeah,
a belt on the
exactly.
bottom.
With the belt, exactly. And his hair is like he's got these giant droopy like sideburn things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hair jowls.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I beat the game with.
That's great.
But there's so much left to do. And it just kills time so perfectly. Like everything takes so long, but you don't care.
That's when you start trying to get specific things. That's when I start noticing that it just takes forever. But if you're just exploring, it's so good.
I mean, if you're stopping to get things as you explore, it's gonna take you forever.
Oh yeah, everything takes so long.
Yeah, but just like it's just things of like, especially because of the fact that you can build your own stuff, you just get obsessed with doing something a certain way.
Right.
And you're like, you get determined to like, I'm gonna get that treasure by building a plane, even no matter how many times it crashes or whatever.
To land on no platform at all next to it.
Yeah, exactly. I think like there's a couple times I think I'm on stream that I've shown you, and then like I think there was one time where I was trying to get a Korok like up a mountain, and I tried for so long, and it would just go to like weird angles and stuff, and like, you just get determined to do it one way or the other. Build a hot air balloon or whatever.
Great. You can build hot air balloons?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's ridiculous, the stuff you can build. I never even looked online or anything. I bet you there's just guides to build some of the craziest stuff.
Oh, I bet there's specific guides. That's great.
Like,
I bet there's some really complicated things.
like one of the things I remember reading online that was that is probably the best vehicle you can make on a dime is just 2 fans and a steering wheel.
Huh.
And it makes just this little hover bike.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's really quick to make and cheap, and it gets you around.
I think everything peaked with the giant robot with a flamethrower penis.
Yeah,
right
pretty
off
much.
the bat.
Pretty much.
You can't do better.
People made, I remember, I've seen some crazy stuff. There was one that was like a machine that it could fly forever because when it ran out of batteries, it triggered a thing that would attack a yellow choo-choo and make it hit like an engine that powered it until the batteries got back on.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's impressive. That's like those things where people build like calculators in Minecraft. I just don't understand how people think to do that.
Totally. it's weirdly broken too, because you can I remember seeing online, once you can with auto build you can build stuff without having the parts, but it costs you this resource.
Right.
But if you have enough of it, you can just build it, build stuff anywhere. That's how people trap bosses in crazy death machines and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. They don't have to cart all the planks into the boss
Yeah,
fights?
exactly. But so one of them was that a guy just found a place with a bunch of TNT barrels and stuck 10 of them together, and could literally just bring it out in a boss, and it would just kill them instantly. It would just explode.
Could he make that again and again?
Yeah,
and again?
yeah, and it wasn't even that costly.
That's amazing.
It's just flat out broken for fun. It's so good.
That's good shit.
Good shit, good games.
Yep.
We did it.
It wins a golden. I don't know what we give out.
2020 in the jam.
Yeah.
The golden jam.
The golden jam. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, exactly.
If you eat it, it makes you poop gold.
Exactly. That's why everyone wants it.
Yeah.
Show off your gold poo to the neighborhood.
It's the ultimate status symbol.
That's right.
I just have to take my normal colored poop with me everywhere.
The ultimate is if you can take a gold poo and a gold toilet.
Oh my! Didn't someone steal that golden toilet?
Oh, probably. Worth good money.
Yeah, now it's just full of normal colored poop.
Shit. Well, thanks everyone for a great year.
Oh my god. Yay!
We loved it. We played games.
Point Barrow, we did it.
We got
at the start of this of next year. Now it certainly looks like I'm gonna have a hard time making a top 10 list next year.
Yeah, totally. It looks like it's gonna be
But I say that every year.
2022.
So.
Yeah, and it actually took a while. It was really only from the summer on where things really felt like they kicked off for us, at least.
Right. Yeah.
For you, even later. Alan Wake and Spider-Man were both end of October. Your top two.
Right at the end. Yeah, at least Zelda was very early on, actually.
It was May, so it was mid. It was kind of early mid.
Halfway, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Crazy. Well, I hope there's a game as good as Alan Wake next year.
Yeah. I'll be content with something as good as Hades.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Hades 2?
Something better than Wanted Dead.
Maybe Hades 2 will come out.
Oh, it's starting next year.
Yeah.
Early access.
Yeah, exactly.
Very exciting.
I believe in Silksong. I don't think it'll blow me, because I don't love Hollow Knight as much as some.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I don't think it'll blow me away. But
it would probably make your top 10.
Definitely. I'm sure it'll make my top 5 based on what else is coming out next year.
That's the thing. It's gotta come out, but it's never coming out.
I feel like they almost made it this year. I want to believe that they
just
came
all
close.
The Unity drama probably delayed it.
Yeah, exactly. So
Crazy.
It's not gonna take them that much longer.
I hope they just drop it out of nowhere someday.
I almost feel like they will at this point.
They did with the first one on Switch, at least.
And they're not gonna. I feel like they're too afraid to announce a release date.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someday, but I also think I might be dead before the game comes out.
No, it's gonna be good. Be some good ones next year, but it's not gonna top this year. I don't think. Good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, McKinley, for hanging out. We're going to have some more stuff next year, continuing the games we've been playing this year, like Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake.
2.
Your top 2 games.
My top 2. 2 of your top 10.
Yeah. So they got to be good.
Jazzin'.
So come watch those. Come watch Ape Escape 2. and we'll come up with some new nonsense for you to watch.
New nonsense. Hey, naughty sense.
And naughty sense, as we always say. Hey, naughty sense.
Hey, naughty sense.